NYXL just took out the San Francisco Shock with a 2-1 victory. And with that, they snapped their losing streak of 3 games, finally getting back in the W column and looking good going into the final week of the Overwatch League regular season. But on to our final match of the week. We got the LA Valiant going up against the Houston Outlaws. It's gonna be real loud in here. It's gonna be a lot of green in here too, right? All right, so as we know, the LA Valiant, they've been on a crazy win streak. They're undefeated, unblemished so far in stage 4. They're sitting atop the Pacific Division. They've clinched a playoff spot, and they just want to keep on winning. But on the flip side, the Houston Outlaws, even though they've had a really good stage, it's because they've had to have a really good stage. They're still fighting for a playoff spot, and they cannot afford to lose any of these games as they're sitting in the middle of the pack in the overall standings to make it to the overall playoffs. So this game is going to count for a lot. But if there's anybody who could take the Valiant down, it's definitely the Outlaws. Am I right, Outlaws fans? Yes? I got some of the Valiant fans screaming yes. That's amazing. But anyways, Blizzard Arena, give it to me one more time. This is the final match of the week. Come on, give me some hype, guys, all right? And with that, let's go ahead and get into this matchup with Puckett and the band at the desk.
I love it. One more time, Blizzard Arena for Malik. He's crushing it here tonight. You guys have been amazing as well, and the games have been great. I'm your host, Chris Puckett. I'm joined at the desk once again. We've got Crumbs, we've got Sideshow, our expert analyst, and now we have the final match of the day, and arguably the biggest match of the day, especially if you're the Houston Outlaws. You're on the outside looking in right now. You're in 7th place. Only the top 6 will make it into the season playoffs. They're going up against a team that has climbed all the way up to number 2 and is already locked for the playoffs. Now going to be fighting for that spot in the Pacific Division.
And if that wasn't enough to make you understand how much pressure there is on Houston right now, you take a look at their upcoming schedule. In order for Houston to make it into the season playoffs, they're going to have to win 2 out of the remaining 3 matches minimum, and that is really hard when New York is at the #1 and Valiant the #2 team, with Philly another team they're competing against. These are not easy games.
On the other side, though, the LA Valiant have got a great situation. They're sat pretty at the top of the Pacific Division, and this is the last game they need. One more win, and they are there into the semifinals in the overall playoffs. They're so close to getting that top seed and being able to go, like the NYXL, straight into the semifinals. So it all comes down to this for the Valiant.
For those of you guys out there who have never looked at a bracket, semifinals means you're guaranteed top 4 at that $1.7 million season playoffs. You can be walking home with some serious cash and potentially a spot in that grand finals if you keep winning. Josh, let's get into this match though, because we got to talk about the Valiant. They've had a lot of great success, and Crumbs, for all the Valiant fans that are wearing green out in the audience, they've watched it across the last 4 stage. What have we seen growth-wise from this team, and why are they so dominant right now here in Stage 4? They've been perfect.
Yeah, the Valiant have actually been one of the greater success stories here in the Overwatch League. Every time that they have added players, it's made sense. Their only dip was in Stage 2, and now we get to see the development, the evolution of Soon. This guy has gone from the sneaky backcapping Tracer to now one of the best Widowmakers in the league. It's been really impressive to see what the Valiant have done with the roster if you just chart their progress from Stage 1 to now.
What do you think's the biggest pickup for the Valiant throughout their season, Josh? Because they've added a lot of players to their starting lineup.
They certainly have, and I would say that adding Custer and Space to the lineup, I kind of cheated there because I picked 2 players, but just the system that they've set up with Coach Moon, who is their new head coach, which allows Soon to dominate on these different roles, and really each player, each focus has its own little niche within the LA Valiant. They all know their role, and it fits together in a lovely system.
Now, we've been watching the Outlaws, and if everyone tuned in for the Texas Showdown, you watched them get a big victory over Dallas. That's what started this playoff hype. Can they get into the mix? They've been on the bubble, but the teams above them keep winning. Today, they have to keep pace, and we got to talk about this squad. They've been up and down this stage, and frankly, all season. How can they get the upset today, Josh?
I think the Outlaws are a team with a very specific style and very specific strengths. So I've got some keys to victory here. And the Houston Outlaws, they can't play dive. They shouldn't even attempt it today, in my opinion. Instead, they should try to play big, tanky compositions on Hanamura or slow Orisa comps on Dorado and Blizzard World, as you see here. Valiant did this too in their match against the London Spitfire, and they were pretty good. But as long as you focus on eating those halts coming out from the Orisa and keeping your Junkrat alive, Jake should be able to clutch. The second key to victory is this Widowmaker battle. We've all seen how important the hero is, how clutch it can be in fights this stage, so Lynx are getting the better end of Soon is a massive priority. He had a fantastic beginning to stage 4, dropped off a little bit. Soon has steadily been getting better and better, so this is a massive key to victory for them. Finally, agilities. You've got to be able to punish him when he goes aggressive. He's an X-Factor player, and he's been doing really well right now, boosting Valiant up and over the edge. But he's so insanely aggressive that if you're there ready to punish him, you definitely can. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's Lynx or a Raucus from long range, Cool Match shutting him down, Jake on the Pharah, resources need to be available from the Houston Outlaws to punish this guy when he goes aggressive. Otherwise, the LA Valiant are going to be able to get the ball rolling.
Great picks there, Josh. I like those keys to victory. Crumbs, let's get into it.
Let's do
Does
it, Puckett.
Houston get the job done today and make the overall playoffs? Yes or no?
No! I don't think that Houston is going to be doing it. I think LA Valiant is just on the up and up right now. They look amazing. Not just a bunch of brouhaha. They are killing it, especially the DPS. I actually think that the two-time threat of the DPS from the Valiant is going to be too much for Houston right now, and that's why they'll take the win.
Josh, what are Houston's chances today? He's going with the Valiant.
Well, you know, Crumbs has got his prophecy. Brenner's got his tome, the ancient tome. I've been working hard on my prophetic tool, and it's the Houston Outlaws Wheel of Playoffs. So it's definitely not biased in any sense, and this spinner works utterly to perfection.
What are the options here?
Yeah.
I mean, there's maybe a grimace, not happening, slim chance, and there is an absolutely there for all the Houston Outlaws fans. It's just, you know, the chance is, who knows? So we'll give it a spin. Crumbs, do you want to give it a spin?
Yeah.
Just smack that edge of it.
You made this. This is not going to work.
Spin! 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 Slim chance.
All right.
There is a slim chance of them taking this game, Puck.
The official prediction is in. We'll find out. Can they make it happen? Please show some love for the team on the bubble. It's your Houston Outlaws. Speaking of slim, look at the physique on these boys. The ball flying. They're coming out front. Right behind him, though, we got a fan favorite, the main tank Muma, alongside Cool Matt here, and of course, Raucus and Jake closing out your starting lineup.
I mean, I think the whole team is a fan favorite. These guys have been making waves in the Overwatch League since the very beginning, but unfortunately, I think a little bit of hubris got the best of them in the stage 4, thinking that, oh, Tracer's not going to be necessary. Surprise, you were wrong. Tracer's super important just as ever. And now they're going to have to do it again. There it is, the death stare of the Dinkster.
And I think that there is a lot of pressure on Muma and Cool Matt today, the tank duo. At the beginning of the season in stage 1, we would have said this was one of the best tank duos in the league. Certainly the best tank duo of the Western teams. But the structure and support that Fate and Space get on the other side for the LA Valiant is really excellent. So Muma and Cool Matt have got a lot on their plate for this match. They have to step up.
His hair is too thick.
Yeah, right? He's like a silver llama.
My
I was going to say silver fox. It's way too long for that. And there he is, Captain America. You saw him playing at the World Cup for Team USA. Jake, he's got monster on that Junkrat and could be the answer against the Valiant tanks.
Yeah, not playing for America this year, though. Declined the trials.
Hey, he's got bigger up his sleeve. I wonder where he's going, Jake. We'll find out later. But right now, we got to get this match going, Sideshow, because it's time to bring out our second team. It's the hometown squad, your Los Angeles Valiant. The monster leading the charge today. Fate dismantled his tank opponents earlier in the week, took it to the London Spitfire. What are we going to see from this lineup today? It looks like on the DPS, we're going to have Soon playing alongside Agilities once again.
I think what you can expect out of this team is a shocking amount of flexibility. I mean, you've got guys that play every single role in most departments, but the one that I think is very impressive is Karib. Remember, this is a DPS that used to be a support that used to be a DPS.
Right.
Not many other players have that ability. You don't get these supports that can just fill in and all of a sudden play Widowmaker.
It's like you're really good at aiming, but you want to heal me?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. I love that you're doing it, though. Keep it up. This is the guy for me, though. Space, as soon as he turned 18, instant starter, fantastic communication. his versatility on these off tanks, he has been a crucial player for his squad.
He certainly has, and the addition of Space and Custer to this lineup has given them the calling that they need, alongside Fate, who used to do the majority of it for this team, now has to split it. And that's what's so good as well, because yes, Crumbs, they are very flexible, but they also know the best opportunities, the best timings to be able to switch onto those counter compositions. And the brains of this team are what normally carries them through. They're a very structured team, they play the meta well, super flexible, a worthy second place team at the moment in the league.
All right, there is a look at the starting six. The stage is set, the players are ready. Are you guys ready for the final match of Pride Day? Here it comes right now, green versus green. We got Summer and Hex on the mic.
Thank you, Puckett. Yes, it is going to be the match of the day. Los Angeles Valiant versus Houston Outlaws. Very even match and a bit of a conflicting one for me because I was born in Texas, but I was raised in LA. Who do I root for, Hex? I don't know. I'm confused.
A team from Vegas, maybe?
There you go. Meet halfway. Meet halfway.
Somewhere in Albuquerque, turn left. Yeah, no, I like both of these teams a lot, and they're kind of on different ends of the spectrum right now. Valiant have been on the rise, and they're trying to lock up that bye week, which is huge, to not have to play a set and just go walk right into your semifinal matches right there. Houston trying to keep their heads above water, as it were. And here's some interesting matchups here. You talk about Widow matchups. Stylistically, these teams are a little bit different. The Valiants have been performing, I think, better than a lot of us expected. There's always been kind of a notion between me and a couple other guys of like, there's just something about the Valiant that's a little off. And they found what it was off. It was like their DPS not being superstar DPS, but lately, Agilities and Soon have been crushing.
Well, that's all I want to ask. Are we still sticking by this storyline of Houston being the ultimate defensive roster, right? You come to us and we wreck you, versus now you're going to have like the Agilities, just like, okay,
yeah,
let's go, let's fight.
Maybe. I think they will run some of that, but oddly enough, Josh said don't play dive, but the last time they played Blizzard World, I believe, or at least the tape I was looking at, they played full dive on offense. So I think they're going to have a little bit of variability. I think one of the issues with Houston is they can be a bit predictable because they just like, we run Junkrat, we will run Widow. Those are our best heroes, so we play them. So maybe switching it up will give them a little bit, a bit of a boon to their chances here. The Valiant also play some interesting compositions. I love the addition of Space. For my money, it's the most overlooked tank line in the league. We talk about New York's tank line, London. There's a lot of great tank lines in the league, but Space and Fate together, and I don't know, I think they work so well together. Space has been such a great addition to this team. Costa going on to the main support role. I mean, this team is just stacked across the board, and I think the weak spots have been inconsistent play out of their DPS. Can Soon and Agilities bring it the way they brought it the last couple of matches?
The pressure is on them to come up with the star performances. Cool Matt also needs to establish the fact that he is the dominant diva on this server. Space is going to have something to say about that, but we're into it.
But Houston was in here, and they've got the right mentality of one map at a time, one go at a time. Yeah, the Outlaws, like I said, run full dive on this map on offense. The results for the teams on this map, Houston is 5-2. The Valiant 2-5-2. So Houston definitely mathematically favored on Blizzard World at the least.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of the home turf territory we're going to see of the Valiant, though. We are playing in a studio in Burbank after all. They've got the fans all crowded out here. Jake trying to sneak his way onto that point, perhaps, or just to tap it. Ooh, he spots out Soon, but Los Angeles Valiant are going to fall back very quickly to cover their sniper. Not going to let him get out there alone.
Yeah, this is the dive catching point here. You fall back into the archway. You maybe rotate some people up top, but Linkser and Jake trying to get into the back lines here.
Nice dive.
Nice dash through. See what the Resurrections say about this. Jake died to the passive. Died to Total Mayhem.
Died to Total Mayhem, exactly. That is awkward, Jake. It was looking so good. That would have been a big kill to kick things off. Instead, the res goes through. Agility's back in the fight, chucking mines down on faces, and now he's got his tire as well. Linkser's going to try and pick him off before he can get that off, but Agility's now has the room, perhaps. Pulse not going to find a target. There was a moment there, but Agility's falling back right now. He's just waiting to let the tire rip, and there it is.
They committed Valkyrie to this as well. They're going to bring back Linkser. Raucus takes out his counterpart there. This tire has to find something. He's trying to get vertical. Now they're going to throw in Transcendence, but it runs out. Agility's super patient.
Yeah, so patient. He's like, I'm not going to get the Mercy. I'm not going to risk it. Could get picked off. Instead, I'll just go for the guaranteed Zenyatta, who can only float so fast. So
they committed a lot to that. This is interesting, though, because Jake has played Genji before on previous teams. I would think that Linkser is the better Genji. Overall, though, I mean, here's the issue. Linkser's probably the better Genji and the better Tracer. By a small margin on both of those, so you have to put Jake on something there. He might have got caught in the trap and died at Total Mayhem as well. We didn't exactly see the final blows on him.
Yeah, he got stuck. That was one thing. But he was in the mix of chaos, bullets flying all over the place. Anything could happen. So we weren't joking about that. We did watch Soon yesterday. Oh, no, we didn't mention it yet. But yeah, Soon He's been working on that Widow headshot only server, you know, just definitely putting in the hours, getting that grind on so that he can obviously pop some skulls here on the server live. He's doing work for now, but it is going to be Los Angeles. I mean, right now they've got the bongos, so they're doing so much damage. It's going to make it difficult for Houston to engage into this. So long as that bongo is going, Lynx are trying to pick it up, trying to find an angle, not quite going to manage it.
They're just going to wait it out. Jake is very low. He's got Blade that should be the initiating factor here. Now the Supercharger is out of the mix. This is a nice self-destruct angle. That's D-Max.
That's right, and it's forcing them to take the fight. Jake, no, he gets denied by Kareem. Jake not able to pick up the pack. Moma, Bani, they are getting topped up again. Cool Matt going to get picked. And that will be Los Angeles Valiant so far, setting up a very stiff defense.
Discorded and shot in the back. The Valiant are going to have both of their support ultimates to work with as they take out the supports on the exit for the other side. And we're down to about the last decent push the Outlaws are going to have. That Blade has been sheathed for quite a while, but they will have at least Valkyrie up. It should lead to a Transcendence on the ground. Lynxer has Pulse Bomb. Lynxer has a one-way ticket back to spawn.
That was a sick shot from Soon. Gonna slow things down just a little bit here for Houston.
No, he's had the God plays in the last couple of weeks that was lacking before. He was consistent. He would hit some shots, but some of the shots he's been hitting lately have been like, oh my God, how did you do that shots?
Trying not to make any noise. There we go, going for the beheading, and he gets the slash off. Doesn't matter that you've got the trans Kareem if your boy is dead already. Costa out of the fight. That means no Valk here for Los Angeles Valiant. Banny will get the res off on Lynxer, and they are pulling ahead somehow. Los Angeles Valiant stabilizing despite the kill on the Mercy. Agilities finds the kill with the rip.
That's the importance of Inversight while you're using tires there. He passed up a Diva target just to go for the higher value target in the squishy Genji there. Still back and forth. Bait brought back into this mix. Self-destruct gets to the back line.
Oh, it does pick off soon. Not expecting it perhaps to drop that low. Space still here. That's a single tick picked up now for Houston Outlaws. Los Angeles Valiant still have a chance. Second tick, and we're counting for a third. Space has got the self-destruct, but he's just going to lob over the top. But nobody's touching the point. Houston Outlaws are going to pick it up right under Los Angeles Valiant's noses.
A bit of a mistake. I think that one was probably going that way anyway, unless that self-destruct was going to find an enormous amount there, but mechs don't count as people. Mechs aren't even Omnics in this game.
About to say, you're treading on dangerously thin ice there, Hex. Do you belong in London? Is that what you're trying to tell me here? King's Row?
I'm a pacifist. I just like to watch it. All right, so as we get into second year, we will very likely see some compositional changes out of both teams. Oddly enough, Jake goes back into the Genji, so they're going to commit to this dive. Sometimes they will run a Brigida on the second point on offense. Agility is the one on the Pharah on defense now. So we're seeing a lot more Pharah on second point Blizzard World. I don't love it because there's a lot of sight lines here for Widows to really crush Pharahs.
It's going to be tough to lock down that Widow. Lynxer right now, following his perspective, he's kind of dancing. Jake is off on a flank right now, trying to wrap around the back, waiting for his team to dive in to support him. It looks like there was an opening, and he will get the double kill. Space and Kareem dead at the hands of Jake. This is going to set it up now for him exactly to just collapse onto the rest of them.
Agility is going to switch to Brigida here, I think. They're going to be preparing for last, or at least penultimate last, right around second point. Brigida has come to, well, all right. There's go my prediction abilities.
Without a Brigida on the field, I guess Suit is feeling confident to throw the Tracer in. Agility's just going to stick to his rockets. Okay, then. Not a whole lot of ways to go for this. He's just going to have to chuck him out and hope he connects. Self-destruct, pretty well placed, but Agility's nimbly dodges it. And they are contesting here, Los Angeles Valiant. Couple of meters left for Houston Outlaws. They've got 45 seconds to get the job done, and Jake has already beheaded a monkey. He's looking for another one, too. Just hack and slash all over the place, and he can't connect with anything.
The Discords have been great, though, and on the ground, Muma cleans up some softened targets. Custa and Kareem fall. Jake with the easy cleanup on the dash resets. They will roll through second point. I'm a little surprised we're not seeing Brigida, to be honest, from Agility. He's played a lot. There it is. See, because I know he was going to switch to it on this last point, that you're right there, and that kind of right around the corner area. You could have used that time to build up some damage. He's the highest damage dealing Brigida in all of the Overwatch. He could have had himself halfway to a rally. You knew you were going to switch to it at this point anyway, but there must have been the reasons. They're on it now because they were running Pure Dive. Now Houston makes a counter switch and will run a Junkrat into this Brigida.
Lots of damage. No Zarya to have to worry about. Just get the nades out. Try and whittle them down. Lynxer does get the headshot on Costa. No res possible here for Los Angeles Valiant, but Agility's trades that by taking down Jake. Which will get promptly rezzed up. Houston Outlaws with the man advantage, and they are making some serious progress with this payload, about to get around the bend onto the home stretch here Los Angeles Valiant playing it wisely, though, trying to back off, trying to give ground, but Soon can't make it out, and Linkster finds the headshot on Kareem. It's falling apart here for Los Angeles.
That's not looking grand. This is great positioning. The tank's just up front, creating space, getting the people to come out into sight lines as well. Linkster can do whatever he wants. No one's pressured him in a bit.
And it's going to be hard for them to, I mean, it's Soon. It counts on Soon. Soon gets in for sight now, so he can't see through walls. There we go. He doesn't need to see through walls. He'll hit headshots anyway. Costa could be in position, but now he's got a choice to make. Do you bring back Raucus? Do you bring back Linkster?
So I have the caster curse. What did you just do? Is that some sort of French magical power?
Hey.
He's got a mind link right there.
Power of the baguette. It's there. It's there. It's a real thing.
All right, 33 seconds, last push here. This is Soon going off. These are the shots that he's been hitting lately. The headshots coming in. He's got more final blows than his counterpart on the other side. 18 and 5 for Linkster, 13 and 9 for Soon.
Soon's tending to get the job done a bit quicker. Jake, tire right through. Gonna try and come over the top. Delayed. Nice. Instantly picks it. No joy there. Linkster, however, finds the kill on agilities, but Soon's bringing it back with a kill on Jake. Gonna put Bonnie in a bit of an awkward spot, trying to get that trance. I like it with Bonnie, but no! The plays. Soon deads him, and this is now gonna be the hold here for Los Angeles Valiant. Houston Outlaws are wilting.
They're getting absolutely rocked. Soon closing this out. And this is what I was talking about with the Valiant. They were a good team for a while. If Agilities and Soon continue at this level, they could be a great team.
Now that they have the star plays, the clutch plays, that's the real difference maker. You think,
Yes.
You think of teams that are to be reckoned with. I mean, Libros of Yobi obviously, you know, goes a long way, but then you've got Carpe for Philly Fusion, always coming up with the kills when you need them. This is what you need to differentiate.
The eye-opener was a couple weeks back, for me anyway, watching Soon, is when he started getting kills, and I believe it was on Horizon Lunar Colony. I think 3 fights in a row, he got the Moira on the incoming. And it doesn't really matter the picks you're getting, it's so much when and who. And those compositions that are running just a Moira Lucio, to get the Moira, that's it. That's like getting a Mercy. Yeah. That's it. He was hitting that shot every time. So the target selection and the execution have been there. And I mean, the stats might not bear it out. In fact, Linkster still is way above Soon in a lot of these Widowmaker key stats. But recently, Soon is definitely passing that so-called eye test.
Well, it feels like Linkster's been playing the Widow for ages now, all season long. It's been his standout kind of go-to, whereas Soon, you know, he's kind of had to float around. He's playing some Junk, he was playing some McCree, he was playing some a lot of Tracer.
Yeah, but he's been mostly Widow for like the last 2.5, 3 stages.
3? You'd go that far?
Well, 2.5, because they tried Kareev on Widow for a while.
It's true, there was a bit of a mix-up. I mean, this is another story as far as Los Angeles Valiant are concerned. They had to go through, you know, a lot of role changing, swapping around, roster changes. It seems like they're finally getting their feet under them. People are starting to get a bit more confident with the play time. That is also the thing. When you have the subs, who's getting the play time, who's getting the focus to get comfortable? A lot of this, especially in Widow play, runs on confidence. You have to know you're going to be nailing those shots.
The Valiant don't pay any attention to the composition they have right now. It's all going to change because Fate's going to come out here with a Sonic Arrow. They're going to try to get some information here as well. They have run a Roadhog a lot on this map too to try to crack shields, Roadhog Junkrat. They've run a tank-heavy composition, so you might see switches here immediately. This seems like what they would like to run.
Hey.
Let's get some meat on the ground.
That's just exactly what it is. The big beef. Oh, the trap is there. Space. Oh, that's unfortunate. Gotta get the paintwork, you know, looked after there.
What accent is that you're using when you say beef?
I don't.
It's just how the word beef
yeah,
should be said.
Exactly. That is exactly it.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Where's the beef? So, Space. From his perspective right now, he's in a position to cover his teammates with the D-Matrix. Now goes charging in. Don't forget the micro missiles. He can do some damage. But they are going to move together, and this is the name of the game here for Valiant. Oh, there's the pick! And this time it's Linkster. Removes Moira. Hex, it's almost as if you were able to predict this.
I'm so sorry, Kareem. I'm so
what
sorry.
What are you doing? The curse is real.
Space gets D-Max, and now with a lot of that healing out of the mix, they still have 2 supports up technically. Agility's not going to let this one go for free. You shoot at the shield because it might crack at any time. That's what Linkster's doing. You line up the heads through the shield. It was getting very low. Cracks, headshot onto Fate. Tire for good measure. And bye, Custa.
Bye, Custa. Tuffy, no res possible for him. He's going to have to wait it out. So, they stabilize Houston Outlaws. No progress made on the point for Los Angeles Valiant. Are they going to stick to their guns? I mean, they've all made so much progress in terms of ult charge now that it would be interesting to see them change with so much time on the clock. So, 2.5 minutes here for Los Angeles Valiant. And now, yeah, Bubbles immediately try to get that energy up so Soon can get that grab and they can really go to work.
They do have infra sight now. Linkser knows exactly where anyone's coming from. He's going to try to prioritize healers as soon as the rotation comes in. There's usually a brief window where healers are accidentally not behind shields.
Well, we have Coalescence in from Kareev, lining up his teammates, trying to get as much healing as possible through. If they happen to line up with some targets as well, that's always satisfying. Custa goes for the sound barrier though, so we are going to have that extra heals. Bonnie, the wings have finally rolled off, and Raucus with the trance now kind of getting cut up. He's getting cut off from his teammates. Agilities was looking for that kill. Instead, it's going to be Fate with the triple shatter round the corner. It was too brutal to watch. It was too brutal to watch. So Custa will get the one on Cool, and that is going to be a quick point A take for Los Angeles Valiant.
That's just really well executed. That's a plan. You come in, Coalescence. Do we need more still? Yes, give me the barrier. Do we still not win the fight? Yes, hit me with a rally. Are we still in it? Yes, hit me with the shatter. The order of operations, the PEMDAS, so to speak, coming right in there. Fate, for my money, is my favorite Reinhardt to watch. As far as the tank battle goes, Muma has a better Winston than Fate does. Fate has a better Reinhardt than Muma does.
Question is interview game. I don't think there's anybody fighting Fisher on that one.
No, Fisher wins
hands down.
game,
Best interview yet.
Except maybe end of stage 3, say POV interviews.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It's a close contender.
Yeah,
Fisher.
interview game on point. We got the Leap and Muma all over the place, giving us a good bird's eye view of the map. And a tire thrown in by Jake, looking for a target. He's hungry for one. Will he find it though? He's dodging, but it's not going to happen. Space runs it over, literally. So, name of the game here for Valiant. Just move through, keep that presence on the point. Kareev has got the Coalescence again, and yep, there it is.
Coalescence charges so fast.
The Lighthouse showing the way. Except that this is, you know, a Lighthouse that you desperately want to avoid if you're Houston Outlaws. The self-destruct right over the side, not going to find a target. Coolmat able to dodge, soon is here, up to 100 energy. He's going to start chunking. Moma can't hang around, going to get blown up, and Space is the one to claim that kill, but they're all gathering up. Agility's in Space, collecting the kills, but soon definitely helping out.
If you get locked on the Mercy and a grab, you always go for it. Of course, you know, I mentioned yesterday, maybe solo grab and Mercies. That's more to close out a map. In that situation right there, the Mercy is your primary target, but everyone's so clumped up, you grab it. But I think, if you, in my opinion, if you're able to take out a Mercy to begin a fight, you should win that fight most times. And you see that bear out over the course of most of the Overwatch League. A great grab there. Soon, I tell you, man, the Tracer and Zarya, that's the translation. It's so easy to go from one to another.
Yeah, they're going to have sick tracking. That's such a shame for Soon because he was at 100 energy there. No res possible either, so a valuable kill. They did trade it. Space gets the snipe on Linkser with the self-destruct, and in all the chaos, the Valiant, they push forward and get the second point.
Well, now they're in trouble too, because now they're going to clean up these kills on the points. Very likely.
Oh, nice.
Slow ride, take it easy, right into the wall. Agility's on this Brigitte, still crushing right now.
Linkser back to Widow. He had just a short little joyride up in the sky as far up, but now looking for the snipes yet again, and they are just sticking to their guns here, Valiant. We've got Custa with the sound barrier, Kareev not far off the Lighthouse, and Agilities will be there as well with the rally soon enough.
Well, in theory, Linkser should have free reign. There's no opposing Widow on the other side. That's why you see actually Space chasing him down just to make him uncomfortable, while the meatball continues to roll down the mountain.
It wasn't obvious, but that was a sick shatter combo from Agilities. The set up there, beautiful.
Kareev trying to reenact an Intel commercial there.
Hey.
Hose him down. I almost tried to do an Uber impression. Can't do it.
Can't, no. That's an Aussie accent. It's not gonna happen. Let's do the Brits. I mean, already, look at this. Nearly there. It has to be contested immediately here by Houston. They have to get into this fight. Moma is sitting on a shatter, throws it out, picks up Fate, 3 targets, but the sound barrier is there to keep him alive a little while longer. Agilities is gonna be there with the grab as well. Self-destruct just a little too late.
Timing just a bit off there. They committed the grab late into that fight after getting shattered. They might want a couple of those back as Coolmat has gone over to the Zarya. You don't see a ton of Coolmat on Zarya, but when Coolmat first started playing, he was like a McCree player. The guy plays everything. You just haven't seen it in a while. So he's got a lot of skills up his sleeve. Even back to his Fnatic days, to play things that were not Diva. So that's the rotation they want to put on. Now they have grab, and Valiant committed everything to that fight. Look at those percentages.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to work with here. Luckily for them, they have time. They still have a minute 50, so there is some work. Coolmat not hesitating whatsoever, just throws out the grab immediately. It will be the cleanup here.
That's okay-ish. You wanted to get the grab out. And the percentages are low because the Valiant did switch up a lot of their heroes compositionally. They weren't expecting to win that next fight. I think they're probably banking on maybe the next fight they throw Fate in there and let the Shatter maybe dictate it, maybe win a fight for them. But they've switched up a lot of heroes. Agility's onto the Pharah, which is a good call here. You look at Houston's comp, nothing to really challenge it.
There's no Widow. Linkzer's been on that Brigitte for a while now, so he's going to change it up. Fate finds the kill on Linkzer to kick things off. That's going to slow down that rally.
Because Fate's a monster.
Yeah, he's a beast. It's almost as if he was clipping threads. Just knows where to go.
Incoming, 91%. Muma has Shatter. Shatter be Shatter. Who wins this one?
Look at the mind gaze right now. Dropping shields. Who's going to get the bait? Fate not taking it. Bubble is there. And now he finds the opening, but no, the shield comes up in the nick of time. It's not going to save him, though. Total beast mode here. Houston Outlaws holding the line.
A little bit of tech there to take note of if you're practicing your Rhine, that Muma was dropping his shield when it had a little bit of HP. The last thing you want is for your shield to crack, because if it's up, even with a small amount of HP, it will block the Shatter. It will crack on that Shatter, but it'll block it at least. So, even if it only has 100 HP, throw it up, maybe block it, but getting your shield cracked is absolute doom.
Oh, I mean, here's Raucus now. So we did have the rally coming in from Linkzer. He got that off the last fight. Agilities, we're keeping an eye on him because we're getting close to the grab for space. If Agilities can find the barrage, could be big. Jake looking for the long-range tire, and he gets it. Costa is out of the fight. 8 seconds on the clock here. Valiant, they got to keep this push going. They don't have time to back off now. The grab thrown in by Cool Matt's going to set it all up once again. Moma going to take Fate for a ride all the way into the back. Fate, no way he's surviving that. And Houston Outlaws, they're setting themselves up great here. 2 kills coming in from Agilities, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Oh, they got a grab going here too. The Valkyrie comes in, but knocks him out of the sky. Custa goes down to that Earth Shatter, even though he was off of the ground. This is getting scrappy, but the respawn advantage in favor of Houston. Now all the reinforcements are Valiant coming in.
Can Cool Matt charge it? Can Cool Matt charge it? We have the Doom. Blinks are just going for it. Cool Matt's on the point now. Space getting forced. But this is it. This is Cool Matt. He's the only one here. He has to spawn onto it, and it's not going to be enough. They will succeed. The Valiant, 3 points picked up, and they will take the first map in this series.
We are in for quite the Donnybrook here today. I think these two teams very close. One of the closer Blizzard worlds you're going to see. Semler, I dare say I think we're going to 5.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what we were hoping for here, Hex. Houston Outlaws and the Valiant, so evenly matched. What a joy. Guys, we're taking a break. When we come back, we will have the second map in this series. Do not miss it.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Intel. Intel Core i7 powers the Overwatch League. T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
is Zoe, and today we're celebrating Pride Day at the Blizzard Arena. We are showing off our love and support for the LGBTQ+ community. And of course, it's not just everyone in here celebrating. It is everyone across the countries. We have watch parties and pride celebrations, such as the Houston Gamers at the Guava Land over in Houston and Seattle. They might not have their own OWL team just yet, but the Queer Geek Seattle are already celebrating watching our games today. So special shout out to both watch parties. Thank you so much for sharing your special day with us in here. And you know what? If you're currently at a watch party, please make sure to share pictures, share videos, make sure to tag Overwatch League so we can actually see it and all the fun you are currently up to. And speaking of fun, you guys ready for map number 2? But so am I. So Hex, Semma, please take it away.
I don't know if I am, Zoe, with considering how good that first map was.
We deserve today.
Please.
Were you here yesterday?
I was here yesterday, Hex. I was here. There were, yeah, we all saw. That was a brutal day of Overwatch yesterday. That was
a tough one.
definitely,
But see, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I was looking at her schedule. I'm like, oh, but tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be so sick. Actually, you know, Philly was good towards the end of the day.
Yeah, that was a good match,
Yeah.
too. Fire mapper, you know, running it.
The first couple were kind of
It was good. The first couple are, you know, it's
That's neither. That's a past. That's history. We live in the now. Live in the moment. Look towards the future. In the
dream
future,
continues, that's all I'm going to say.
future is Hanamura. And
Yeah.
oddly enough, in the future, they still have claw machines. Do you think they still only pay out one every 25 attempts?
No, I'm surprised any of those are still standing. With an angry Winston in there, dude. If he misses, that claw drops that plushie. Dude, thing's not going to be left in one piece. It's done.
Yeah. Those claw machines.
Where can
I
we go for
wasted so much of my parents' money at bowling alley.
I like how you specify that. My parents' money.
No, yeah. So
Because I'm not spending my money on
when
this.
I was 8, I was working really hard. There
Your
are
paper
such a
route.
things as labor laws.
Your
And
paper route at 6 in the morning before school? No, those don't exist anymore.
I got the black lung pop.
You've been down in the mines for 1 decade.
I was working since I was like 15. Yeah. That was like the first time I got a work permit. But, you know, I had to spend all my parents' money at arcades and claw machines and, you know, no return on the investment. Sorry, folks.
You got nothing. You got nothing out of it. Those things were, I mean, they
No,
were
you know what?
great.
You know what they got out of it? Me leaving them alone for at least 15 minutes. That was worth a quarter every single time. Parenting pro tips. All right, defensively for the Valiant, they look like they're set up pretty standard, which is strange. You know, I came into this and I'd done a lot of tape review of the Valiant, and yeah, this is exactly it. They run Roadhog more than anybody else. They run it here on defense. They have run it before on Blizzard World. Space has been playing it very well. 40% of the time on Hanamura, the league rate 2.3%. They run Roadhog more than anybody else by a large margin, so I'm a little surprised they're not running it here in a pick composition. You run it with Fade on Orisa, Pulse, Hook, Dead, Bye.
And now we're going to get a bit of the more beef here for Houston Outlaws. Again, going right back to it. The tanks, the Lucio to boost them in, Moira to AoE heal, everybody. Jake getting hammered immediately. Raucus barely makes it out in one piece, but now they may have a chance to stabilize here. This is what they were hoping for. Never mind. Soon finds the kill on Raucus, and these are pretty much the 2 key kills that are going to throw everything out of whack here for Houston.
All supports down, only tanks left, and that's just big bodies donating themselves to the ultimate pool of the Los Angeles
I
Valiant.
love that trap positioning, by the way, as well, guys. Take note of that. We saw how effective it is. The tanks, they just want a beeline, straight line onto the point. Guess where that trap is? The number of grinds that we see get caught right there.
And these traps act like those Mario traps too. They kind of jump up and grab you out of nowhere, and that's why you see the mine there too. So if a squishy gets trapped in there, they're absolutely dead. Well, not anymore because he just tossed that one out. So the mine not sitting in the bear trap now.
I like it, changing up the angle here. Houston Outlaws trying to get clever. Work their way all the way out onto the high ground as well. Now they can just drop right down onto the point. They are so terrified of those traps, Hex.
Yeah,
They do not want to get caught.
You see teams avoiding going down Broad Street here. They're going right or left side, maybe taking away the stairs. And this is a non-ideal position for Fate to be, and he's not at the top of the stairs. Tire comes in. Tire ends the push.
Ah, yeah. Cool Matt gets D-Mexed, but that was with the help of the Tire, and they're just going to throw themselves off and take a look at the scenery at the bottom of that wall. Houston Outlaws reset.
I think one of the issues I have with this tank-heavy, support-heavy composition is it allows Junkrats to get tires quickly and value out of the tires. Who we've been seeing killing tires lately?
You're going to have your Divas.
It was
well, yeah,
all over
okay.
the place as well.
Okay.
You know, you've seen a lot of kills. The Diva would be the ultimate one to try to kill it. You mini-missile it, and even if a Diva gets taken down, it's kind of the ideal target. She won't die. But you also have to have some decent damage on the tanks for them to blow up on it, because the last thing you want to do is hurt tanks and let them heal. You're just feeding over support ultimates.
Soon is about to run into a bunch of trouble if he sticks around there. He's got the grapple, so he could back out. Doesn't look like it. It looks like Houston Outlaws are actually changing up the angle this time. They went on the low ground. There's the halt into the group. Soon missing shots. D-Matrix not going to help things. And really, this is all about Coolmat trying to keep Rockets alive at all costs. You need your Moira in this. Fate gets overwhelmed by the focus. Self-destruct right over the top. Moma had the shield up, though, and he's nearly got a shatter as well, but that created enough room for Custom to get the res. Moma, is he going to find the shatter? That's going to be the question. Stopped short, not taken him out of position.
Got fortified right there. It's one of Orisa's greatest abilities against Reinhardt. Turns into a brick wall. The shatter comes in, drops down a couple, but still a lot of people staying alive.
Yeah, exactly. Now Kareem with the trance as well is going to back out. Custa still here. They're trying to play this smart. Still denying the first tick of progress here for Houston Outlaws are the Valiant.
Oh, this is messy right now. Valiant are split all the way apart. I can't believe Fate lived this long. Elixir will finally put him down. And look at the positioning that they all end up in. That's the defensive Zenyatta out there. And he is down. They switched quickly to Agilities, going to the Doomfist, but he's going to think better of that. Everyone else dead. No reason to come in, try to get it done, a la Pine's Fist. And now that is Houston taking first point. Now, rally is up. They're going to rally right through the doorway here. I didn't like it when Shanghai did it. I don't love it that Houston's doing it. I get it, but I do prefer to get full value out of that if possible. They're getting a lot of value out of it.
They did. Elixir was the only one missing out. And well, he gets headshot to the field, so that's really not going to balance it in the end. Soon there to lay him out, and it is going to be Los Angeles Valiant for now, stopping, denying the snowball. All right, so fair enough.
I mean, you have to go for that in that instance if you're the Outlaws. You're like, oh, we just won. Maybe we can snowball. Just go, go, go. Hopefully someone's in spawn. Maybe they're making switches, something like that. They will transition into a dive fish composition. Widow Tracer is still a very good composition on several of these maps. If you can get enough presence on the ground point there when you're Tracer harassing the supports, then your Widow is going to be able to do whatever she wants.
Well, here we are. Jake, there we go. Catching Agility's out of position. Agility is the main counter to this Tracer, but with the res time, Agility's going to appear right back into this. The team, however, of Houston Outlaws are trying to take advantage of this opening now. Jake is going to get in right behind him.
He's looking for Reeve.
Yep, there you go. Reeve was looking for him too, it turns out. So Jake forced to use the recall. Got to back off. He's got a presence on the point, but not for long. Agility's rezzed up and gets revenge for earlier.
I mean, one of the most simple Tracer kind of tips to give is never shoot at someone who knows where you are, who sees you. I know it sounds cowardly, but it's how you win fights. You shoot them in the back, you come up on the side, you Velociraptor them. You know, they're looking at someone in front of them, they don't see the two Velociraptors from the side.
They really should be a clever girl moment. Oh, ejected! Get out!
I don't ask specifically for many replays, but we can get that one queued up.
Yeah, all the time. All day. The headshot. Oh, Agilities. He's using the rally, but soon not going to be able to get the armor.
Well, Fate just chooses not to, actually. Fate just left.
He's got the primal, though, or he will in a second. I guess that's what he's thinking. Hey, I'll just get mad. What a shot for Soon. That was without Infrasight.
Gonna get rezzed up, but it's still a resource that is down. Now the res advantage. Soon puts him down again. My goodness.
Okay, then. What are you gonna do if Soon is just winning all the duels versus one of the better Widow duelists in this league? That's gonna slow you down here if you're Houston. Oh, that's a perfect target as well. If you can get the delayed kill on Bonnie, that would throw things out of whack for Houston, but they are gonna back off and play it safe here, Valiant. They've already burned quite a bit of time off this clock. Only 2 minutes left here for Houston.
Soon rocking 55% scoped accuracy, 16% crit accuracy, gets an infrasight every minute and 15. But it's not just, it's just what he's killing, it's so important.
You're denying the Widow. Gives your team all the room at that point. They don't need to worry about these off angles. They don't need to worry about the sight lines. Just move in and take fights.
Both Widows pop infrasight, trying to negate each other, knowing of the advantage.
It stings, doesn't it? She's saying. Hey, so Soon in the back, following his perspective right now. His Lynx are just sticking with the unit though. He's kind of giving up on that duel. Jake gonna get run over by Space. And now Fate still holding on to the Primal. Can take these fights, he's fine.
Well, Jake's not going to be in a reservoir position, but he's Tracer should get back into the fray soon enough. Only a minute on the clock. They are going to put Jake onto the Genji instead. This perhaps could be to try to get some damage onto Soon. Also, with over a minute, you can reasonably expect to get a Dragon Blade if a fight goes on long enough, so perhaps that is the thinking there. Also, he's just been straight up bodied on Tracer. He hasn't gotten much done on it.
Let's see, who's he waiting for right now? There's the bash. Attempts to go for the snipe on Raucus. Raucus got his bells rung, but he's going to make it out. And they are just going to counter push this. Los Angeles Valiant holding nothing back, charging right on in. Agilities and Fate working together as a duo right now. Custom popped the wings as well. Quite a bit thrown into this fight here for the Valiant.
Oh, just missed it. You hit Winston with that. He falls like a rock to the ground. Muma able to dodge it. Linkser comes alive, gets a very nice kill onto Custom, but they need to press their advantage if they want to go.
Sorry, it's just two Winstons dueling is the most, it's like watching paint dry. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. Don't worry.
That's really casting aspersions on the hobby of watching paint dry.
Whatever gets, whatever floats your boat. Alright, this is gonna be soon. From his perspective, still looking for the headshots. Not quite gonna find him just yet.
Crazy angle right now. He's behind them all. He gets Raucus, gets a lot of damage onto it. They have to fall back. Now support's down, links are down.
Yeah, this is Muma now. Muma gets the pack. Fullmat and Muma are gonna be working together. Jake also charged back in here as Genji, but he gets tased to death by Fate. And this is it. They're looking like they have held this. Los Angeles Valiant.
Soon doesn't show up in the kill feed for that, but he got a lot of those kills because he goes all the way behind them. He's on that center ramp under the archway, and 3 people turn around to engage him because you can't just leave a Widow back there alone. When they turn around, the pressure is off the front line of the Valiant. Then you see Kareev hits a shot. Everyone else cleans up as their backs are turned.
It's kind of like it doesn't work the same way. Soon surprise. No, not
Soon
quite.
surprise. No,
it's still the flank. I mean, we're talking about Saya, obviously.
Well,
and
Saya,
that ridiculous Route 66 he had.
Saya and Shy are just too good.
It's, yeah. But soon, what can we do with soon?
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll get back to it.
I mean, soon is just its own meme right away. So someone peering over, you know?
Oh yeah, that would be perfect because they're on the other side of the bridge. I get you.
Yeah, just Photoshop that lovely face looking over a bridge of Hanamura and just put.
Yeah, and he's staring at a baguette. No, that's it.
You know, you can get away with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Baguette's great.
Yes, so French.
I mean,
true story. I once went out and someone had food already ordered for and waiting there, and it was just cheese and a baguette.
yeah.
100% true story.
Hey, and some ham. All right. Dude, there's nothing like a ham, butter, cheese sandwich with baguette. Come on.
Oh, now I want one.
Still just waiting for the flank, man. I mean, as far as Soon is concerned, he did well. Everybody on Valiant, man, they did their jobs. Hard hold there on the B site. Houston Outlaws now going to have to do the same. It's a big ask, considering Los Angeles Valiant, they've got the momentum, the swing going their way. They're up 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, I think Houston just wants to kind of use the roster that got them here. Last couple times on this map, we've seen Arhan come in and play very similar roles to what Jake would play. Jake probably the better overall Junkrat, Arhan perhaps the better Genji, vice versa on the roles. So see what they want to run here in defense. Cool map, scouting, cool map, just out there, the coolest of maps, seeing what they're running, seeing what they have to do to adjust to this, but no surprise, many teams have been running pretty much this composition. A little bit of a wrinkle though, they're adding in some DPS. Soon staying on the Widow, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so Links are finding the headshot immediately on Kareev. He's gonna, yep, you see them back out immediately, Valiant.
That one is over.
That's done. Well, it's not done, because it's not done until Soon says it's done.
Gonna force out that resurrection, but if I'm Linkser, the moment I get res, I'm like looking for cover. Soon's put him down a couple times in a row.
Yeah, Soon has been dominating in terms of, he's at 9 final blows right now.
Yeah, Linkser's not been playing the Widow the entire time, but actually has a decent final blow numbers himself.
All right, well, we go already. Little variant here, wrapping on the left side. That opens it up, drawing the attention away from Soon, so he can take a couple of pot shots. Of course, they're going to realize that he's alone, so they're not going to let him get too comfy over there. That's cool, man, just taking a peek.
Oh, this is where you want to be set up. They're happy in their positioning, going to get all healed up here, and Soon is just going to be hanging out back. Soon and Lynx are having their own little war. Lynx are trying to peek onto the stairs. Time to go, speed boost.
And Soon launches himself in, so now he's got an open angle here into the back of the site, and he's going to find one. Jake dead already. Bonnie going to be able to get the res off on him. He's going to bring him back into this fight. Jake trying to find room here to get that tire out. It's just close quarters action right now for him, though, with those mines. Hoping to connect one on Custom, but it's not meant to be.
Space sends Cool Matt off the edge of baby mode. Jake decides to take the suicide out himself as well.
Oh, buddy, Custom with the knockback. Muma is going to be setting it up with Bonnie to help, but Bonnie gets overwhelmed, and Los Angeles Valiant so quick on the take.
I think eventually, even if it was still brawling out right now, Los Angeles has the advantage just because Spawn's a little closer, so the trades like that, the war of attrition will eventually go the way of Valiant. They're in a great position, though. They almost have both support ultimates here. They just rallied. They're going to have Infrasight momentarily, and they can self-destruct if they need to open up some space as well. Valiant in a great position. Only need one tick.
One tick exactly, and well, they're already finding the kills. Muma dead. Rockus gonna provide the coverage. He'll get that res going, but Kareem is here hosing him down, trying to get him squeaky clean. He is burning. Bit of the heals there onto space as well. There's the sound barrier thrown in by Custa, trying to give his teammates more health to work with. Fate hangs on by a thread, and there it is. The monster shatter going deep with the Earth Strike as well. Jake is dead. 2 kills for Houston though to bring it back to stabilize.
Is this another rally? Agility's still alive. Rally's onto the point. Muma gets taken down by said Agilities, and this is one that they want to keep scrapping up because they only need the third. But with that kill onto Custa and that final tire, their hopes are deflated. But let's add some context to this. Over 5 minutes to get a third of this point.
Yeah. No, they're wiping the sweat off their brows right there, Houston. They nearly chuffed it. Let's see. Linkser, this is his point of view, obviously, looking for those picks. It's the off angle. This is the power of it. Where are you going to face your shield? Where are you going to turn? You can't. No hiding from them.
They were trying to deal with them too. They had a decent moment where they sent up the damage orb for Moira. Anything I was about to say, no one cares. That was ridiculous.
Oh man, they're still just going out. Linkser's got Soon's number right now. All right, there it is. Inversight wears off. Now he's not going to be able to predict it. Let space go by. Doesn't care about the paint work.
Hello there.
Indeed, hi. Hi, Linkser. Linkser's such a nice guy.
Yes.
All right.
One of Finland's good teams, they're a member.
Apart from that, though, as far as the match is concerned, he's a murderer. So let's get into it. Valiant trying to find an opening here. Soon still working on the sidelines.
That's what they always say about murderers, though. The neighbor's always like, he was such a
He was such a nice guy. Paid his bills on time. Carried the trash out. Helped. Jesus, no one saw it coming. No one saw it coming, exactly, and that's usually how it goes with snipers. Soon, Linkser some of the best, and there you go, Soon wins the duel versus Linkser. There's the shatter from Muma, though.
From the top rope, drops down, follow through, not entirely there, but this will now get a couple of kills here. It should be time to retreat here. Reeve catches himself between a wall and a hammer. Not a great place to be.
Gonzo, Custa, get the reset. It's fine, he's got Valk for the next fight. Pani, however, is going to be very close. It's going to be very even work, actually, between both of these teams, considering the ults they have to work with here.
Okay, you've got 2 support ultimates here. The question for Valiant is, do you want to bank off? So, do you want to try to force out ultimates from the other team, then go with the advantage, or do you want to try to fight even? You have to know that they're nearing their own ultimates themselves. You're keeping track of these things. It's usually 1 or 2 people's job on the team to track these things pretty exclusively. Some of the lower impact roles, maybe a full-on support, something like that. Tracking the healing they're doing, the damage is getting done. So there's generally a pretty good idea on both sides of they probably have this.
Soon is in a fight with Muma's way out in the middle of nowhere right now, trying to find Soon. He is focusing on his role. Muma just only now getting back. That's going to allow for Soon to start trying to take part in this fight. Never mind, Muma instantly jumping on both of the Winstons, going after the Widows right now. Cool Matt, though, finding 2 kills, or at least the kill on Agilities. Soon laid out by Muma. That's going to grind things to a halt here for Los Angeles, who are starting to run out of time. They're about halfway through the bank that they had going into the second point.
Custom used Valk, but I think overall that might have been a better exchange for the Valiant. They did get a couple of ultimates out. They got self-destruct out. Moom, I'm not sure if he Primal Rage during that, but only at 41%. Jake Rally didn't necessarily hit everyone with it. Hit the important target, though, Raucus, with a bit of extra meat on his omnic bones. But now the Valiant are in a very decent position. Agilities, I'm curious why he's staying on this. Not really close to Rally. It seems like the Brigada hasn't done a ton for them, and they're not really running dive heroes. So I have to think that I'd almost rather see a Genji here, to be honest.
Yeah, let him just get in there. Well, Fate, there's the kill to start it all off. Bonnie, dead. Soon, once again, coming up with the key kill. This is going to set it up. This is going to set it up for Los Angeles Valiant. Now Raucus with the Hail Mary Transcendence, trying to keep people alive, just trying to buy time. But a single tick, all that is necessary here for the Los Angeles Valiant. Cool Matt gets D-Mex on the side as well.
Back. Agility's going to have Rally here in a second, too. After Transcend complete, Rally comes right through. Now they're signaling all the horns. Banny goes down. He was on an Ana, which is a desperation support switch.
And this is it. Leaxer's going to be the last man here. Muma, though, leaping back into the fray, only to die instantly. And the Los Angeles Valiant succeed in picking up a 2-map lead over the Houston Outlaws.
They won that in economics class right there. The eco push penultimately to make sure that they had the ultimate advantage, using all the ults in sequence yet again. Transcendence into Rally, into this, into that. The Valiant firing in all cylinders.
Yeah, they're looking fantastic today, Hex. Houston Outlaws as well, but Los Angeles Valiant right now with that murderous instinct. They know how to get the job done here on home turf. We're taking a break, and we'll hear what the desk has to say after that.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
Yeah, unlock the trunk. Hey, how's it going, man? I've got a few more things to grab, and I'll be right back. Whew. Got some camping stuff. Catch.
Camping stuff?
The huge. A little bit more. Hold on.
You said we were going to lunch.
Oh, Daredevil helmet, traffic cone. Yeah, you know me, man.
Huh?
I like to keep it safe, but also a little bit dangerous.
You gotta be kidding me.
Tripod for tripoding and luggage. That has, well, you don't need to know what's in there. Don't worry about it.
My God, how much stuff do you have?
And skis.
Why the skis, Doa? You don't even ski.
Yeah, I know I don't ski. Sometimes I just like to put them on and think, you know? Ugh. Couch cushions. I lost the couch, but I saved the cushions, so that's great. I think that's it.
Get in the car.
What's wrong, man? You feeling okay?
I'm feeling like you tricked me into helping you move.
That is precisely what happened. Well, it's your fault for having so much cargo space.
It's my fault for being your friend.
True.
Color outside the lines in the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places. The Valiant are now one map away from locking up that number 2 spot overall. They've got wins on both Blizzard World and Hanamura to take a 2-0 lead over the Outlaws coming into the half. Welcome back. We're live from Los Angeles here in the Blizzard Arena. Are you guys enjoying the show so far? A lot of Valiant fans out there, proud of their team with their performance up to this point. Here on the desk, I got to introduce our analyst once again. If you don't know him by now, well, you haven't been watching enough games, and I'm disappointed in you. This is Crumbs, this is Sideshow, and Crumbs,
hello.
I want to start with you here on Blizzard World as we take ourselves back to map number 1. What were your expectations from the teams coming in?
So I think you can always expect the heroes that are going to be played, which is why it was such a surprise to see what the Houston Outlaws were doing. They ran a full-on dive composition. This is the kind of stuff that London Spitfire loved to do, but Houston pulled it off, and it had to come off the back of Jake. He had a really nice play on the Genji, and then when we go into the later phases, I think this was more attributed to the Valiant trying to experiment a little bit more with the compositions. Farah was ran by agilities on point B. You don't really see that, but in the end, it was Soon that prevailed. Look at this. He was just knocking heads, and even Bani decides to challenge him. Not a good idea.
Yeah, Soon had a great performance at the end here to really close it out. I was a little wondering why Agilities wasn't playing more Brigitte on the defense. Then they come out with this triple tank, triple support on the offense. They're able to get it in the final moments with a clutch from from Agility, sorry, on the Farah. And then going into Hanamura, this was, again, this situation where teams are playing a lot of tanks. Houston Outlaws attack, they're playing this triple tank, triple support composition, forcing out a tire, re-pushing with their ultimates, but then they got snarled up on the point B. Point B was a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, I really felt kind of bad on this. I feel like Houston Outlaws actually had a really good opportunity to win Hanamura, but they just threw it. This team is not that good at punishing the mistakes that the Valiant is making. I'm looking at things that New York Excel would not let fly at all. If you want to challenge the LA Valiant, that's the attitude you need to have. These guys are in second place, so not committing to punishing is going to cause you to lose games and be down 0-2 at the half.
And honestly, I thought they might be really struggling on Blizzard World, and it was only this clutch play from Jake, as you were mentioning, that allowed them to get it, where he sneaks up behind the enemy team as Genji and is then able to punish Custer, which I thought was great for them, because look, there's only 35 seconds on the clock, and I came into this thinking, please don't play dive, Houston, it's not working for you, and it had failed for 3.5 minutes, but Kareev just doesn't realize what's happening in time, and Custer's already dead before he pops that Transcendence. But without that clutch play, they get full held on map 1, and it looks a lot more brutal rather than being really close.
Unfortunately, even with that play, you lose the map for the Outlaw fans. So now that means you have to win all 3 straight, which we've seen earlier in the day done by the Gladiators, but it's not going to be easy. Crumbs, one thing we focused in on in the first half and in the pregame show was the Widows. We talked about Linkser, we talked about Soon. Who's winning the battle so far?
So the battle is even, pretty much, but when you look at these games, it tends to favor the Widowmaker that starts off on the defense. So right now, you see these stats just egg each other on as you continue to see in the game, but the big deal is that I think Soon has been focused more by the team than Linkser. I think that the whole of the Outlaws is saying Soon cannot be allowed to snipe. You had Muma spawn camping Soon in Hanamura alongside Linkser. There is a lot of resources being invested into shutting down Soon, which is why his stats are not looking as dominant.
Sideshow, do you think that Linkser or Soon had the official win so far throughout our first 2 maps?
Well, if you look at the numbers, as you're saying, they're very close, and perhaps even more towards Linkser, apart from the eliminations. But I felt Soon had the bigger impact.
I mean,
overall.
listen, if you need to be having a monkey call to help you out to win the Widowmaker duels, I think that's the Widow that's winning.
Yeah, that's a win for you, even on the mental game. And he was also coming out with some clutches. Linkser really needs to step up in the next 2 maps.
Well, it looks like your prediction has changed a little bit here, Josh.
It's altered
if
slightly.
you could tell us what's going on with the wheel right now and what happens with Houston in the second half. What is their chance of coming back and stealing this victory?
Well, I was looking at the wheel the entire time. Obviously, I have no input on it. It just changes in and of itself. But it slipped from slim chance over on the boundary of not happening. I think it had a little moment there as well where it was on the Grimace face. It slipped through absolutely at the end of the Blizzard World. But I think we're firmly in the kind of mildly not happening territory.
Mildly not happening
territory. But in terms of the overall playoffs, they've still got a slim chance, but in terms of this map, I'm not seeing the reverse sweep happening, unfortunately, Puck.
Anybody with an Outlaws jersey on out there disagree with Sideshow? got some faith.
You gotta be
There's
just
some
straight up
faith.
here. You gotta just give it honestly. You know, this teasing, it's too much like high school. just deny it already.
Crumbs, I don't know if you've been watching this week, but we've seen Philadelphia do it. We have now seen the Gladiators do it. And the Outlaws are going to do it in the second half. For now, though, we're going to wrap up our halftime coverage. Now, earlier in the week, we did get a chance to sit down with one of my favorite Outlaws, Linkser, to get his thoughts on what settings help him stand out as one of the best Widowmakers in the league right now. This is Game Set, sponsored by Omen by HP.
That is filthy Widowmaker play there from Linkser. And Linkser! Oh, it's so painful! And he's not done yet. Linkser has 13 final blows and 0 deaths.
My name is Linkser. I play DPS for Houston Outlaws. I think the top 3 characters I play the most right now are Widowmaker, McCree, and I would say Brigade. In Overwatch itself, the most important setting to change is allied health bar on. So I can make a better decision if I want to go in or not. The first thing I do when I'm setting up my hero settings and Overwatch settings, I go check display mode, monitor, and making sure it's 240 and 1920 times 1080. Field of view, always 1.3. Usually 75 render scale, low, 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 off. So everything is low or off, and this is 75. All my hero settings are the same. Considering Widowmaker is one of the heroes I play the most, I'll make sure the sensitivity is the same. I use the standard type crosshair. It's to the smaller end. It's I think the settings from top to down are 194. Sometimes I just change color between white, green, black or yellow. From sound, music 0. Master volume is usually somewhere between 90 and 95.
Linkser, oh, gets a kill on the Baby Bay. Because you see Linkser right there, Linkser! Out of nowhere!
Thanks for watching, guys. Those are my Overwatch settings. I hope you enjoyed it. See ya, guys.
Welcome back, boys and girls. The LA Valiant have jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead over the Houston Outlaws in our last match of the week. LA Valiant, they are playing quite strong. And again, the Houston Outlaws, they really need this victory for their playoff hopes. But while we're on the subject of the Houston Outlaws, for all you Twitch All Access Pass holders, today's Q&A is going to be with Raucus. So if you have any burning questions for Raucus, like what he does when he's not playing Overwatch, or why people call him Thickest, or how does he get them things and them jeans? If you have any questions like that, you can find out today after the games are concluded. And remember, I'm gonna beat this dead horse all the time. Make sure you switch over to Command Center when the matches are over if you want to join in on that Q&A. Anyways, guys, it is Match Point LA Valiant. They are one map away from going 8-0 on the stage. And again, the Houston Outlaws, they need to bring this back. So let's see if they can do it and hop into the second half with our casters, Simler and Hex.
Thank you, Malik. Right here, bro, right here. There it was, everything. All right, we're coming together. End of the season and everything. You know, just practice makes perfect, Hex.
All right, question, Raucus, how much do you squat?
Yeah, but yeah, there you go. That's a question. That's a question and a half. I mean, I'm just happy, you know, like when Malik isn't here, you know, I feel like something's lacking. You know, it's just not getting the high fives.
Because I refuse to give you a high five.
No, definitely not. Look at this guy. No, he doesn't do high fives. Nope. That would involve way too much. Exactly.
Human contact.
You know, already.
Even the minimal intimacy involved terrifies me.
No, a handshake? No, Hex.
No. The most you get from me is like,
yeah, hello. And don't even ask how you're doing. No, I don't care.
I'm not gonna be disingenuous. You know, those people like, hey man, how you doing?
How are you doing?
And they just walk away. I was going.
Very American thing to do.
Going through a rough time. This guy just left.
Yeah. No, when you come over from Europe, you know, a lot of people have to adjust to that sort of thing. They're not used to it. You know, Scandinavians, they don't care. They're just like, hi, and then they just keep walking, right? You know, it's not like, oh, how you doing? Tell me about your day. That's a very American thing.
Scandinavians, like, it's not even a good day. It's like, it is a day.
It is a day. In fact, yes, the sun has risen again. That is.
Another rotation on this ceaselessly moving orb.
This floating rock in space, it is not as cold as my soul.
It reminds me of my insignificance.
It's the depths of winter. I mean, I've lived in Sweden for 6 years. It was fun. It took some adjusting for me over there, too.
Yeah, the sun's out at like midnight right now.
It is. It's so sick. Ah, man. All right, guys. If you get a chance to visit Sweden during the summer, definitely do it. It's amazing. Well, all of Scandinavia is fantastic. All right, let's get into the thick of things here. 2-0 for the Los Angeles Valiant, and we are getting into control. Both of these teams will be on the offense. Both of these teams are going to be looking for their pound of flesh. Now, well, we've got some McCrees, we've got some Pharas, exactly the two of my favorite heroes to watch, Hex. This is great.
Very similar compositions. Fate, instead of the Orisa, is going to go to the Reinhardt. It's his best hero. He doesn't have quite the same amount of shield throughput, though. Fate's shield cracks, he dies, Face dies. This should be Houston taking first control, and they need this one badly.
Definitely to keep it alive here, Houston. I mean, as far as playoffs are concerned, they are still in the running. Every win is crucial. Every series must be a victory.
That's a really nice play to zone him out, keep Karib in the corner, and let Linkser go pick him up. For the sake of numbers, 5 and 9 on this map, 7 and 6, Houston and Los Angeles Valiant, respectively. Early on here, Custa nearing his Valkyrie, Fanny. Pretty much the same on the other side of things. So far, Soon has not been doing enough to make Jake uncomfortable.
Well, some progress being made here, both of the Valiant, you know, Fate and Space, trying to set up a foothold. Muma there, however, will go ahead and contest. Agilities finds the kill on Linkster, so now he gets to run amok. Jake, the only thing that can really stop him now, but with Custa pocketing him, it's not meant to be. Agility is getting close to that barrage, and Space still working on the grab, not quite making the most progress, but hey, you've got Soon there to hit headshots, so it's all good.
Won't need the barrage either, able to hold that into his pocket. Space still a long ways away from the Graviton.
Yeah, Space actually, really lagging on that grab. But
he died very early in that first fight, so it's going to be very difficult. When you die early like that, it means you're not spending time at high energy, which means you're not getting the damage output, and that all kind of snowballs into it as it stands. 70% will get there soon enough. Both of the tanks have been punished early on for the Valiant, but in control and counting up to the 42% that the Outlaws already own.
This is exactly where you want to be. This is the money spot of your agilities. It's going to make it difficult for Linkster to get close enough to pick you. Well, we have a barrage getting thrown in by Jake. Finds a kill. Soon there to trade it, but they're capitalizing on this. Houston go charging in behind the ult, trying to find him, and they certainly will. Halted into the Deadeye. Perfect teamwork from Houston.
I think the Transcendence came out to try to get the resurrection, but then the Deadeye will not allow it. You can stay in the guiding, the loving light of Transcendence, but the burst damage comes through there. Only one invulnerable is Zenyatta. Everyone else gets healed at a high rate. When you get enough burst damage in there, say from a Deadeye, you're still gonna kill him.
Still dead. That was the perfect hold. Beautiful play there from Uma, setting it up. So now Houston back in control, 60% and counting here, taking the lead. Bonnie Linkser, they got to be careful. They're taking a bit of damage, but it is going to be them kind of just holding now. You get to have that Orisa barrier, you just get that hard point defense going. Fate under a lot of pressure, flanked by Linkser. Raucus finds the kill, but Linkser was definitely lighting him up, and Jake as well. So right now, Houston is shaping up as a great start on the third map of this series.
Jake is absolutely lighting it up. About 3,400 damage as opposed to the 2,200 of his counterpart on the other side. That could very well be because Agilities hasn't gotten a barrage off yet. But that's still a problem for Agilities, as Jake's at 70% on his next barrage already.
Yeah, we're going to have that barrage advantage, but now we actually have the Wombo combo possible. There's a Grav online here for space. Agility's going to be looking to take advantage of that as well with the barrage.
Someone's got to get another point, and unfortunately that soon. He jumps down and flanks Bonnie, but he gives his life for it.
We can take that trade. We can take that trade. It is going to be the barrage setup here. Agility's looking for the angle. He does have the bubble to cover him, but he's not going to be able to jump. It's not fast enough. Goes in for the kill, but Jake is there with the high ground advantage. Rains in death and destruction from above. Houston, for now, are holding. Fate decides, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and straight shatter Raucus. That is it, but he is now the last man alive, crouching in the corner, hoping to hide behind that shield.
They're going to overrun him, though. The flashbang makes the shield fall down, and Houston still kicking for the Outlaws.
Yeah, they're definitely in this never say die. So a point lead now here on the third map, hoping to keep things alive. This would really, really actually be very fitting for us, Hex, if we had another reverse sweep.
It's kind of been the trend lately.
The trend past couple days. Entirely possible. These teams are so close in terms of skill right now. Houston demonstrating that. So I'm curious to see if we're going to have many changes. This is a map where we can just have Pharah all day long, which I'm totally fine with.
Jake's Pharah has been good. It seemed a little miscoordinated on the side of the Valiant to try to get that combo pieces in place. They were scattering to the point. You saw Soon had to jump on it towards the end. He was the only one there. Made a good trade. It was a really nice trade. Almost got away, actually. Went into the hole, got the big pack, but they were able to clean him up. Jake's Pharah has been his best hero, in my opinion, over the last several weeks. Junkrat is the thing of legends. We all know about the Jake Rat, but his Pharah play, looking back on some of the previous Lijiang towers that we've had, just the pure amount of damage he's been able to put in. Linkser drops Agilities immediately.
Yeah, it doesn't waste any time. Custa there, Johnny on the spot with the reds, though. And now, yeah, we get the duel between the Widows. Linkser not appreciating that. I'm so happy we had the cam on him there, too, to see his reaction.
That is a lot of green on the left side of the kill feed, and they will eventually clean it up. As the point unlocks, they will grab first. So the early kills from Houston add up to nothing as the point's not even unlocked there. Control for the Los Angeles Valiant.
Traffic right on the edge. Oh, buddy. Linkser down to half HP. Got his bell rung. And now Soon's got the edge. Oh, the tree gets in the way. Tough one. Soon, though, does spot out the man flying in the sky. That's going to be Jake. Another primary target for him, looking to shut down that Pharah. Agility's also just trying to pump the damage and working on that barrage. Both of these Pharah's still a ways off of it, but Agility's has pulled ahead.
Soon just kind of taking very passive angles right now. Might try to go up top. Actually finds Linkser, not looking at him. One to the dome. No resurrection available. They're all stuck over here.
Just forcing them out.
Just more and more damage. Agility is trying to chase the last of these kills here.
They're going for the hard reset. Cool Matt chucks himself off the side.
And he has to. You don't want to give up extra damage to the other team. There's no need for it. Agility's getting near barrage anyway, and Valiant has banked ultimates up nearly a full 6 here.
Yeah, exactly. We're working on it. Not far off the 6-pack, but Agilities is going to have that barrage combo, so now it's going to be about who's flying highest in the sky. He wants to stay above Jake, so we don't have a repeat of the first point on this map. There we go. Both? No, not both. Just the one. That's when you hear the French and the English.
Well, no, he felt bad about his advantage, so he just walked into a venom mine, making sure that Linkser can see him too. Honorable duel.
No catching Linkser off guard this time around, but Agility's taking advantage. Got to be careful though, yep, because Linkser's going to change it up, and with the grapple, he can really catch you off guard. Agility's though, still holding the line. They are getting very close. Space with a self-destruct kill on Raucus. Raucus brought back to life again for a second go around, but you lose Muma in the process because you've got Bonnie who's just too focused on the one. when he's busy rezzing, he's not gonna go for the heals, and there it is. Agility's trying to make the play with the barrage point blank, gets denied immediately.
Forced out the resurrection, or forced out the transcendence at least, though. Rocket's still low again. Takes a chunk to the head. He's got his other support there with him. Had time to make a play. Houston self-destruct comes in, open it up for Matt.
Yeah, angle is covered though.
Nice.
Kareem, the one to get caught, but then Fate takes down Bonnie, and that's gonna be the big kill here. Los Angeles Valiant with Custa alive can get the res off on Kareem, but then you lose 2 of your players immediately. We get the Doomfist into the action as well. Agility's just pummeling them. Can he find the shot on Linkster? It's tough on a Tracer, yep, because of those blinks. You're just gonna whiff most of the time.
Getting to the point where I'm always rooting for Agilities and Hydration to die late round so that I can see more Doomfist as he connects onto Linkser.
Shield, Muma gonna be dead. There's the D-back. Nope. Full map hanging in there. Just a little bit of D-Matrix. Gets knocked off the point. Gets knocked off the point, and we will tie it up 100% to 0 for the Los Angeles Valiant.
One stage away from winning the set, grabbing a bye, winning their division, everything on the line for Valiant. And then, you know, the nice thing there is then they can maybe coast through next week. Everything's locked up for them. They could, you know, spend the day at the beach.
Yeah, something that most Los Angeles never do, actually. Like once a year, maybe.
Santa Monica Pier is nice. It's kind of touristy, though, right?
Exactly.
I went there my first day in Los Angeles, and I know,
crowded.
Even as a tourist, I'm like, this is kind of touristy.
Yeah, the water's cold. And then, nah.
Yeah, it's pretty though. It's neat.
Give me that bath water. Go to the Gulf of Mexico. That's where you should.
I'm more of a fan of like the Bahamas.
That too?
Paradise Island, Bahamas, A+. All right, we are going to go to Gardens here, and we've got Vara battles, Widow battles, Echo. Everyone running pretty much the same heroes here. Mirror match, bot execution now.
So, just been informed that if the Valiant were to win this, they lock up their Pacific side and the stage playoffs.
Yeah, everything on the line for them to close out, lock up. Oh, hits one. You got to hit 2 in a row when you've got a Mercy pocketing the Vara. And Jake eats another, backs off a little bit. Ooh, a little dipsy doodle through the cave. Gets disconnected from his Mercy for a second. Meanwhile, Linkser has won the battle of the Widows.
Jeez. With that Mercy there, it's making it tough for Agilities to confirm these kills.
Jake has eaten so many rockets that Bonnie's about to have Valkyrie. So, strategic rocket eating from Jake as they will grab first point. Bonnie has Valkyrie now 25% ahead of Custa. And that's where it'll stay as Rockets escorts Custa.
That's the tough thing. With Jake continuing to survive, Agilities, I mean, look at this. He's almost at barrage with all these rockets he's hitting. But that also means that he's not getting kills to help out the rest of his team down on the floor on the ground battle.
Hey, that's such a strange advantage. Agilities had so many more rockets. Look at this barrage differential.
Yeah,
Jake
huge.
just now at 50%. Agilities has had barrage for a second. The other side, Bonnie got to his Valkyrie quicker because Jake was eating those rockets. Custa's going to be there now, so all said and done, equalized, but it is the Houston Outlaws in control of the point.
Yeah, this is such a tough point to crack as well. So Valiant, they need everything to kind of come together here and clinch cleanly as Linkser is hunting for his target. Agilities gets back around the corner just in time. We got the 2 support ults online here for Valiant as well as the barrage. Jake takes down soon though, but space is there to trade it. Muma out of this fight. Fullmat could be setting it up for the self-destruct on the point for that fresh mech if he wants. And in the meantime, we will have the barrage coming out from Jake, eliminating Fate. Agility's hanging on by a thread, gets tucked back up again. Just barely makes it.
The self-destruct doesn't find a whole lot. They're going to Transcendence in here. The Widow battle at close quarters. Agilities is able to take down Cool Matt. Still, though, this is such a hard point to flip in your favor. Those kills will help a great deal. Bonnie goes for the hero res. Will bring back Rockus just to die again.
Those are all of the kills there. Soon in particular, it opens everything up for Agilities to just go in.
Yeah, I think Matt had a chance there to completely zone out the combo. This used to be a map where self-destructs were the best pharmacy answer. You send it up. When they're over the water like that, there's no architecture to be able to concussion out of the blast. So you used to see self-destructs lofted right over the water and take that combo out. Instead, he went for the micro-missiles thinking he could save self-destruct. That wasn't the case. Lost the point.
You gotta be careful with these snap decisions that'll end up costing you. But once again, the Valiant DPS come in clutch with the big kills. Fate deciding to go primal here, taking quite a bit of damage, but he is gonna be able to drop back. And now he cuts he cuts the supports in half. Rockus has to be careful, but because he's taking so much damage now, Fate as well. Looking for the support from his heals here. He is back now into the fold. Custer's gonna be there to top him back up again with Kareev. So far, they're moving together as a unit. Houston trying to find the weakness in the defense. Jake getting body shot by Soon isn't going to help things, has to back off.
You got to finish his baby Eva, Matt. You don't let Matt get back into the mech here, one of the more prolific of the Bunny Blaster Divas here, and he's gonna get it. Gets back into mech. You don't see it too often.
Oh,
no,
you
just
cursed
the call
him.
down.
You cursed him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew. You're still the coolest Matt in my book.
Oh man, he would agree. He would agree. Man, that was close. Agilities. You know, it's either Soon or Agilities, but this is fine. With either one popping off, picking kills. So now they're spread up.
Well, this is a strange map where you think like, oh, one more fight wins it, but this map goes 99 to 99 for minutes and minutes on end. Sometimes Agilities eats a rocket. Jake top gunning it.
Okay, this is gonna be tough now. Tough to get the res off. Kariva's got the trans. Could use the trans to cover the res. That could get the barrage back into this if they elect to go for it. The flip is happening here for Houston. Somehow, Los Angeles not able to get a body on the point to contest it, and Raucus feels that it's necessary to throw his trans in along with Jake's barrage.
Space was just too late there. He tried to dip onto the point to contend, but just seconds too late cost them control of that point. Houston now takes the percentage lead.
So close now, within 10%. Right now, as far as ults are concerned, you've got Kariv with the trance, and you've got Agilities with the barrage. Those are two game breakers right there. Fate not too far off the primal either. So let's see, are they gonna, yeah, I mean, you can pull the trigger right here. Yep, exactly, Agility sees it, but cool, Matt with the hero D-Matrix there to save his team, and Linkster takes full advantage of it. Both headshots on Custa and Agilities. Houston could be setting themselves up here in prime position to lock down this map and keep their hopes alive in the series. That's what it's all about now for Houston.
Some good stall on the point, though, for the Valiant if they need it. Primal Rage popped right there. To that cause, Custa has gone over to the 76 in a desperation move, reminiscent of what Boombox does in a lot of these maps. They're getting a few kills. Gardens is never over until it's over. Custa actually D-Max cool man. Custa running away from the taser. And after all that, the Valiant are gonna take it back. However, they're in a weird spot now because there's only a single Zenyatta healing this team. Custa resets.
Exactly, Custa dying. Custa dying now might actually open it up for the Mercy.
He might go to Moira or Lucio here just to make sure he gets back on the point in time.
Yeah, right.
That kill on the Linkster. No, he's going to go here. Kariv is sitting at doorway, so he can Guardian Angel in if he needs to as well.
Oh, buddy. Agilities and Kariv right now. That's the big one. Bonnie's out of it. Jake falls without the heals. Raucus is going to try to fight back, but this is not happening. Houston, it's only Linkster alive who can tap the point to keep it alive, and he's not going to... Oh, he barely made it in time, but dies immediately. That is it. Los Angeles Valiant will win the series 3-0.
There's the man right there, made the switch to 76. It's a desperation switch. You see Boombox and several other supports do it because you gotta get back. He gets back and gets work done, takes Matt out, and because Matt's out of it, Agility takes advantage, ends up killing some people there. They have a plan to get him back in. Beautiful execution from the Los Angeles Valiant.
Fantastic work from them, an excellent victory for them. Los Angeles Valiant, they will nail it. 3-0. We'll be back after the break to settle the last map in this 4-map series.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League. Intel. Intel Core i7 powers the Overwatch League. And by T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. tension has been building, and it is finally time.
I'm not going to miss these games. They're incredible.
This is hype. This is what we've been waiting for. All going to come down to this.
All the marbles on the line here. They are the best team we have in Overwatch League.
This is going to be so fun to watch.
This stage has been, or this match, this series has been so fun to watch. This is a stage as well, meta change, everything. It's been exciting times for Overwatch, but now that we're getting down to the end here, Hex, how's it shaping?
Valiant have locked up the Pacific. Good for them. They won the Pacific. Celebrate. That's like an AFC or NFC championship. Pacific champion Los Angeles Valiants.
Now, Houston.
Valiant, sorry. As far as Houston goes,
I mean, right now they had it, man. They were looking so good. They were looking so good there at the end on Oasis. They start strong on the first point, and then they just barely squeak the lose at the end.
yeah, you don't expect the 76 to come in. I mean, we did see it yesterday, though. Like I said, Boomux has done this several times. I've seen him do it for years now. He always goes 76 and gets value out of the 76.
Yeah, 76 is awesome.
Yeah, Custa. You know, it's probably from Custa playing those random hero free-for-alls that he always streams every night.
Yeah.
At the guild hall. We're like, oh, cool, it's Custa. Why is he on Bastion on free-for-all? Oh, yeah, Custa's
Both of those guys are streaming all the time. Soon, Custa, we were watching their streams last night. Definitely check it out, guys. They're fun. Custa's stream is one of my favorites. It's great. But I mean, yeah, like that's exactly how Houston are feeling right now because they've still got a lot of work ahead of them, and this loss is not going to help things here considering the playoffs are right around the corner.
Arhan will come in for Jake. Looks thrilled about it.
Yeah, he looks so excited. Oh man, that's like, look at him. His face says it all. Oh God, the game is over. I need to play a map. My team right now wants to just like end themselves. It's not looking good.
You got to get him practice too. You know, also on top of the Valiant's great season accomplishments, they're going to be in the stage playoffs as well. Lock that up. So everything's coming up Millhouse for the Los Angeles Valiants.
It's all on the up and up. There's only one way, and that's up right now for the Valiant. You're right. Man, Houston, you know, they cannot be pleased with this result. That's a bit of a letdown. All of these maps have been close, right? Close fought battles. It's not like they got rolled. It's a tough pill to swallow here.
Yeah.
But there could be, you know, the positive to pull from that is like, yes, they were close losses. A couple tweaks, and maybe you get out of there with a W.
The positive I'm looking at here is I've been talking about Space's Roadhog all day, so he finally acquiesces and will play a little bit of the Roadhog for me. Thanks, Space. Appreciate it.
Looking out. He is a beastly hog.
I mean, he's always been a good hog. A lot of the flex decks you see in this league have been in this league for a very long time. A lot of veteran Overwatch players on the flex deck. You may not have known his face just because he was young, but he rolled through a lot of teams in early tournaments and contenders and stuff as well.
Aussie, oi, oi, oi. So, Los Angeles Valiant on the defense. Not even, I like this adjustment from them, you know? It's like, we've been criticizing this a little bit in terms of teams holding on these balconies. They're like, nah, we're holding at the arch, that's where we will start. You know, soon maybe take a pick, but hey.
As a little cheeky little third there. All the teams that have started Australian players are 8-0. That's the Valiant. Just
the plan, hey man, you know, it's the Trout, he's gotta come up with the goods, and he did.
Well, you know, it's the power of Custa, the positive power of Custa. That's why I like your stream, man. If you need to learn an attitude adjustment, watch Custa stream. Nice kill overall on his soon there. Halt! Hook! They will res soon.
That was a bit greedy from Agilities. Come on, man. You can let Space get the kill there. Getting a little frag hungry, are we, Agilities? You know, gotta get on that stats, on the stats, scoreboard.
What is Raucus? Raucus is a mile away in the back line. He was able to duel Kareem. Raucus, stop watching Josh play. It's terrible.
Oh my God.
I played with Josh earlier and he got pocketed by Puckett. He's like, oh look, I have all these goals. I'm like, yeah, you got pocketed the entire game. Meanwhile, I'm on the ground as a Rissa just crushing. All right, battle going on though. Back and forth here. Fate will fall first, and that is really difficult for the defense. They're going to try to hold on and create some space on the point and get a great position here. There's a rally coming in as well.
Matt rallies in, armor up, let's go. Looking for the fight. Arhan's gonna find the headshot on soon though. So that's a good start here for the Houston Outlaws, hoping to make some real progress towards that first point. The stun again, Muma denied. Not taking anybody for a ride this time. Arhan though, finding another kill. That's 2 for him so far in the past 10 seconds. He is definitely stepping it up and he's gonna pick up another. Not quite gonna find the last there, sadly.
Can you give him the punch to the face?
Yeah, it's like the heel.
Yeah, I know, that's like that thing they tell you, like if you're ever abducted, like right nose bone right into the brain. Why are you telling me this? I'm 5.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
All right, Custa and Soon with their ultimates online. It has been 11-3, all Houston so far on the offense here. Cool Matt and Muma with those giant CC ultimates available. Fight-winning ultimates. You don't want to use them both at the same time if you don't have to.
Muma's just like turning away there. It's like, if I don't see them, they don't see me, right? Is that how this works?
I think you go for Shatter first here, because you would like Arhan to get a Dragon up and guarantee yourself another wipe. But they're going to start grab first.
Yeah, no Dragon, but it is going to be the grab. Still finding a kill on agilities. Trance is thrown in here. Raucus and everybody. The likes of it. Muma does manage to get a clip here with his Shatter. Not the full wipeout, though. So Fate, he's got the pack behind him, but he's got his pocket healer as well. Bonnie just doing a good job keeping him up. And well, we're seeing a Houston Outlaws who are just plowing through the defense. Los Angeles Valiant right now, not really able to get too much done.
Yeah, Los Angeles Valiant, well, I mean, technically they're on vacation, so they don't have much to play for. They can do whatever they want, maybe just want the map to end quickly. They will show up and play here, but you know. I don't know if there's a term.
They've everything they've set up.
I don't know if there's a term for intentionally handicapping yourself. If not, then maybe we should come up with one. It's been weird. Maybe we'll Google it.
Yeah, I need to Google it actually.
Google it, yeah.
Look it up. Where's Monty when you need him? Where are we looking here though? Arhan still with the Hanzo. Not the new Hanzo. Keep that in mind, guys. This one's still got scatter, and he doesn't have that cool air dash.
Yeah, the dash is what really makes the Hanzo that much better. Yeah, storm arrows are they're okay.
They're okay. I'm not a huge fan of those, but like the dash,
I'm glad Scatter's out of the way.
The dash is just a fun ability. Yeah, like this super mobile, Hawkeye kind of Hanzo guy.
Scatter was just it's a brutal ability. It's like, hey, I got away. I'm in a room. Nope, you're not in a room. You're in a room of death.
Okay, going full Rorschach on him. You're locked in this room with me.
All right, Valiant have several ultimates online. They finally stabilized, finally won a fight. Are able to hold the Outlaws for now. Linkser with a small advantage. He's got Infrasight. He's getting chased away by agilities. Brady has his blade ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we know what he's capable of. And there it is. Sees the opening. Oh, the denied! Linkser with a headshot. No fun allowed. Get out. That was awesome.
No one.
Oh man, that's the for Genji too. Genji is just like you're just waiting until you can go for a blade.
Linkser's still playing for sure.
Hey.
Still hitting heads. Rough battle here with Soon. He's looking for him, but Soon obviously the big advantage. Oh no, Furry, you brought a Mercy to a SMG fight.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't get the headshot. Oh, come on. I think that was Bonnie who was trying to get up there and find that kill.
Yeah, Bonnie's still going after it. Bonnie will end up chasing down Custo. Look, he's got the assist. Cool Matt will steal the glory.
Of course. Self-destruct. Space dodges it nimbly, or about as nimbly as you can in a 2-ton mech. Well, Muma still hanging out. We do have Arhan. He's just plinking arrows into faces.
Fate will fall. This one seems inevitable. That's eventually Houston Outlaws will push to this second point, but people coming back online, but only to die again. It has been all Houston in the kill feed. Will eventually get the point and a time extension here on Dorado. As they go to 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Let's see. Well, Linkser. There we go. The headshot on Kareev. Strong start. Just maintaining that momentum here for Houston Outlaws. Just like his brother. They're just the same.
Shimato Shimada.
Just the same. All right, Linkser. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The jump up was waiting for him, but they're going to back off. As soon as they get him off the high ground, it's going to be space taken. Continuing to take a little bit of a fight up there. But now that they've got control, Valiant, now they can start pressuring this payload. Muma just getting every meter out of it that he can by keeping the presence, but the Dragon gets thrown onto the point. Maximum damage. Arhan gets the DMAC on space, not able to confirm the kill on the mini Dima though.
That's a really cool angle. He took the angle you see a lot of Widows take well. Already plunks agilities in the head with an arrow. These Dragon Blades have done nothing. He can just get hit in the dome right away.
Agilities can't catch a break. First one, headshot. Second one, arrow to the face.
Scatter shot it now.
There we go. Soon though, turning up. Couple of kills for him. Payload though, getting close to that third point. This is what it's all about. Cool Matt has had his eye on the prize, man. Just not giving up on pushing. And now, well, Muma getting angry, trying to leave, or he's done getting angry. He's thought about it, decided to cool off a little bit, took a walk. He's back. Reasonable once again.
The comedy of errors in his agility's last several lives continues. Walks on his spot, gets deleted by a self-destruct. He got scattered before that. He got hit in the head with an arrow during one blade. Got domed by Link's the blade before. Agilities. It's a good thing they locked everything up because this is kind of the moment where you don't really tilt. You just laugh at it.
Yeah, sometimes everything goes wrong throughout an entire match. That's it. You just can't catch a break. 9:44, never forget.
Sometimes life gives you lemons and then, you know, knocks over your lemonade stand too.
Let's see. Houston. They got 30 seconds, and they've got a Transcendence from Raucus. Muma's close to Primal. Bonnie not too far off the Valiant. That's about the push now, and the payload's starting to make a bit of backwards progress. Not exactly what they want. Arhan with the switch is nearly up onto a Pulse. Custa, though, getting pocketed there, getting boosted.
Yeah, he's going to try to harass Soon in the back line. That's exactly what happens there. Soon, his healers know he's in trouble before he even does. You saw he got healed before the grapple even came out there. That's how good the healers are in the Overwatch League.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, man. It's a totally different game when you've got healers of this caliber. It's constantly negating damage. We got the Battle Mercy coming out there. Custa looking for some action, feeling frisky. And well, Arhan just dashes out. There's the recall, and they have managed to hold it for now. Overtime Wick is going here for Houston Outlaws. Cool Matt needs to stay alive on this payload. You can't leave it now. Not for an instant. So you got Custa. He is going to get herded back. Never mind. Nearly gets deleted. So close. Fate will collect the kill on Bonnie.
What's going back and forth. Matt wants a new mech and some destruction, but that has happened a second time again where the self-destructs will come through, but it doesn't count as presence on the cart, and that is where the payload will end for the Houston Outlaws.
So now we get to flip and see where the Valiant are going to take this. This really just felt like Houston. They came out all guns blazing. Didn't hold back. Arhan is putting on a bit of a show right now with 10 frags to his name. Link's was right there with him, though. Both of them have got 10. So, I mean, they're doing damage. They're finding kills. That's obviously going to make life easier. Moma does not look amused. Not amused at all. Well, neither does Raucus.
Look, as celebratory as we have been for the Valiant, Houston is not mathematically eliminated. They still have a shot, right? So you still want to recover here. Whatever you want to do on Dorado, you play for pride, play for practice, play for map differential. There's a lot of things to continue to play for Houston. So, it sounds all doom and gloom, and it's rough, but you got to bounce back because this one's not over yet. They still have a chance to make it to where they want to be, but it starts here with forgetting that you lost, turn it around, get good practice in, get good heroes in. It's probably why Arhan's in as well.
Yeah, just get
them some more practice.
Exactly.
I mean, scrims are scrims. No, there's no losers in scrims. Yeah, there's only winners. But in real games, it's a completely different experience being on stage, new environment. I mean, just getting in front of that monitor might be a different monitor than they use, a different keyboard setup, something like that, right? So any bit of practice you can get is good for the Outlaws. There is still hope for this team.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, you'd make a great career as positive speaker. Heck,
yeah. I think I just heard the entire makeup room erupt in laughter. Spent too much time with me.
I mean, I'm loving it. I love it. I just wanted to see your face there for a second.
Keep up live. Keep up live. Hey, I got some PMA in me, but not exactly the motivational speaker type. X, I'm feeling real bad.
You're always the ray of sunshine in my day.
X, I'm having a rough time. Welcome to the race.
All right, back into the action we go. Here's the Valiant are going for their push. Hoping to match the Outlaws or do better. A 4-0 for the Valiant would definitely be a satisfying way to end this week. Halts in, no problem. There are the mines, knocking on points. And there's the shot yet again. Soon with the headshot. Linkster will get rezzed right back up again. They did try to punish a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. Double sniper is the key here in agilities. It's been a lot of Soon, and you can tell that from the ult difference there, but agilities is not going to get his time to shine.
Sonic arrow, and now they're going to try to creep around the corner. Finish that off. Soon is just been walking over Venom mines all day, it seems.
Listen, when you've got healers like Custa who are just constantly there, you're just like, whatever. There we go. See, because he needs to focus. His eye is on the prize right now. It doesn't matter. He only hits headshots. Headshots are all that count.
Well, yeah, but it's hard to aim when it sounds like you got tuberculosis.
Oh, so close. Link's low, yeah. Look at this. Seriously, he wants this. He's going to go for it. And there's the pack barely missing out on that window. In the meantime, the rest of Valiant have been going to work.
I was more impressed that Soon shot the Venom mine.
See, when he doesn't have a pocket mercy.
Oh, I'm still here.
No, the last bullet. All right, that's Soon.
It's also really important to watch Soon take these aggressive angles in fights. It really means, I mentioned this when we talked about Striker too. that's the moment that Widows are starting to come into their own and be confident in their abilities. They're going on flanks, going on crazy angles. The best Widows in this league play like absolute maniacs. You just don't expect them. And it's real easy to hit people in the head when they are not trying to duck.
Ooh, that's a spicy dragon. Gotta be careful there, Bonnie. Flying a bit too low. Does take some damage from it. Linkser trades it though. Big kill onto Kusta with the headshot. That's gonna slow things down here for the Valiant without their Mercy to get those reses off. Their players need to come up with something big. Couple of kills could swing it their way.
Now Bonnie was pulling the reverse Icarus. Was flying a little too low to the ground there. But again, there is a grab into the corner from space. Both of the supports will fall shortly after, and Valiant will take this point at some point in time. Seems like an inevitability. Aron doing his best to bring it back, though. I think he had a Supercharger on the ground as well, helping him out. Yeah, he racing got the assist, and wow, that Supercharger turned everything around.
Can you hear the hum? The hum of the swarm? That's an angry sound, but yeah, that Supercharger, it's staying alive for so long, made all the difference.
For the swarm. Oh, we need a Kerrigan Zarya skin now.
No.
There is a Kerrigan skin in the game, right? No, Nova's in the game. That's right.
Yeah, but it would have to be like Widow.
I know. It's similar types. I just miss StarCraft.
It's true. Wings of Liberty, never forget. Well, it is going to be the push here for Valiant. Moving through. All 6 alive, a bit of the halt. Fate does get a triple stun on that Shatter, and Agilities will convert 1 kill. Arhan gone. Now it's Raucus going for the trance, trying to keep him alive as Bonnie has backed off. The pocket links her for a little bit. Soon finds the headshot on Bonnie, and for the split second that he's out in the open, and Cool Mac gonna go for the hail up. Look at this, self-destruct double!
I think there was a halt there at the end too, because Fate would have had his shield up, but he got CC'd there, shield fell. Rally will come in and they sneak the point through.
That is dirty. 3 minutes on the clock here for the Valiant. Just mopping up here at the end.
It's been rather even. I want to kind of take a look at the Widow battle here. Soon, 17 eliminations, 11 final blows. Linkser, 20 and 14 respectively, so pretty even here. You know, it feels like Soon's been getting the better of the Widow v Widow, but I don't have the exact numbers to back that one up. I just have feelings.
No one can hide
Feelings. Alright, I'm gonna leave that. Soon.
Oh, okay, so I'm wrong. Our friend Captain Planet chimes in my ear to just... He only chimes in to tell me I'm wrong. He never comes in. He's like, hey, you've been totally right. You're awesome. 4-3 in favor of Linkser in the Widow battle.
Don't worry, I think you're awesome. It's all good, no matter what you say. Alright, well, it is the push here from Valiant. They're making their progress. Muma, he's tapping, just going for the contest for a split second. Cool Mac gonna dash and try to do the same. They've got control of the high ground here in Houston, so they get to determine when this fight's gonna happen. They get to just drop down, and Muma's gonna be able to back out. Arhan finding the long-range shot on Sue. So Sniper out of the fight. Kusta not even gonna go for the res, just abandons.
Yeah, these fights have lost any sort of sense of cohesion for me. I feel like it's just battling it out. Now the Valkyrie will come out, both sides, Falcon in the air right now, so a lot of healing, not gonna see kills for a bit. This is one of the better spots on the map for self-destructs. See if Space wants to let it rip.
Go for it, yeah. Right over the top. Yep, there you go, alley-oop. Finds a kill, no. Just lands right on the other side of that wall. A couple of places for Bonnie to heal. Whoa, Bonnie out in the open though. Bonnie not gonna make it out alive. Soon there to confirm the kill.
Uma finally takes down Soon, but the damage has been done. He was able to take down Linkser and Linkser's potential Resurrector right there. Uma going to the back line, runs into a shield maiden.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen though. Trying to save Kusta. That was not meant to be. Raucus gets pummeled. And Kareem doesn't care about your dragon. He is in Nirvana right now, carrying it with him. It wears off eventually though. He comes back down to reality. And they are pushing forward here for the second point. Los Angeles Valiant. A good bit of time on the clock.
It's rolling through. This has been a very close and kind of chaotic Dorado. 48 to 45 kills. Houston barely edging it out. 3 kills difference here. Here's Soon getting some revenge on a Linkser. I believe that tied up the duel. And then no chance of resurrection. Vanny will go down.
He determined that the weakness was the heel, much like Achilles. See that? Just got the toe there. There we go. Linkser finally gets a bit of his own back.
Why'd you have to hold the heel though? Like just use a little hammock, just dip them all in. The guy would have been invincible.
I don't know, just drop him in period and pick him up a bit further way down.
That's how I learned to swim. Just got tossed into a pool. He'll figure it out, or you know, we'll have another one.
All right, what is going on here? I mean, Houston managed to stabilize, so a minute and a half.
Yeah, 90 seconds here for them to push it all the way past that point on the ground. We will not be going to another half on Dorado for sure. And that is a huge couple of kills for the Valiant as they look to lock this one out. Agilities will fall, but for the next fight, they will have Rally and Transcendence. Some closeout ultimates. Arhan a while away from his own rally, and they might not even get there. Here's the rally. Everyone's on the cart. Even Soon getting armor.
Yeah, even Soon getting armor, which Linkster is not going to be happy about. Oh, he's looking for the shot. He's just been outright dominated, although Fate will be the one to collect the kill there. Fate with 2, in fact, and he's going primal. He hasn't even gone primal yet. He's still just waiting, patient. Finally decides to get pissed off about the situation, and he finds another 2. Let's keep count. 4 kills, all the slaps in the world. And it will be the Los Angeles Valiant with a 4-0 clean victory here on home turf over the Houston Outlaws.
As clean can be, a first couple maps a little bit closer, but then once they locked it up, Dorado, a bit of a chaotic mess, but they will take the 4-0 in the end there. I still think the narrative going forward is we know how good about 4 players are on this team if the DPS can continue to play at this high level. Soon in particular, because when you get to these playoff situations, you're going to be going against top-tier Widows constantly. Soon has shown he's elevated his game. He's got to stay up on the elevation.
He just manhandled Linkster all fight long, it felt like. Linkster was not able to keep up with the high-impact kills that Soon kept finding at all turn, at every turn, flanking Widow or straight up. Soon was superior today. And while Los Angeles Valiant, another well-deserved win for them, turning it around here at the end of the season. We're going to be taking a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we'll hear what the desk has to say about our final match of the week.
Is this happening? You better believe it! Dude, here is the Deadeye! It's so filthy! Heck, and it's
What did we do to deserve such incredible Overwatch?
What's up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to MLG's Watchpoint. We know you missed us. I love watching this team
They just don't want to challenge him. There are some real issues going on behind the scenes.
Not everybody can improve, guys.
Need him to be on fire, and he wants.
You want him on Widow as much as possible.
Yeah, this is a disaster of a play.
You don't have the resources, you can't put together a winning strategy anyway.
Can you imagine what's going to be going through your head?
It'll be a little bit nerve-wracking. It's a family here, and we treat each other like brothers and sisters.
I mean, in a game that moves as fast as Overwatch, it's actually huge.
This team could avoid the semifinal match if they just stuck with this lineup.
You might be right. Is that all you're going to say?
What's up, Overwatch fans?
Do what we're told.
You need sweet names like Rocky. Idiots. This is Watchpoint.
That's Emmy material.
It was okay, I guess.
one more time. Zoe here, joined by Costa from the LA Valiant. Please give it up for him and his team. Not only did they just win against the Houston Outlaws, with this win, you also locked in that #1 spot for your division in the overall playoffs. So how important is this placement for you and your team?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's sort of security moving forward. So now we get to focus more on, the semifinals and the playoffs moving forward. It's been like a sort of tense week because we've been sort of hoping Gladiators would lose to one of the Korean teams, but they kept reverse sweeping. So it's been a nerve-wracking week, but it's good to close it out now.
All right, now you just mentioned those semifinals. You got to buy into this. Now the big question is, what team will you be facing off? What would be the ideal scenario for the Valiant?
There's a lot of good teams. It hasn't really been locked in which teams are in the top 6 yet, so we don't really know what the combos are, but I think with how we're playing right now, it doesn't really matter. The team that fears us the most is New York, so it's just going to be focusing, playing our game, and getting ready for New York.
All right, well, we can't wait to see that happening, but we still have a whole week to go next week, so we're going to see you back on stage then. Thank you so much for joining me down here on the Floorcast, and we're now heading over to the desk to break down the action one more time.
Thank you so much, Zoe, and keep it going for that beautiful Australian Costa and his winning team, your Los Angeles Valiant. The Valiant fans getting loud here in the venue, but right away I want to address something. I saw some Houston fans crying on their way out. Dry those tears. As we take a look at our standings here, guys, we have to update you with some good news. If you're a Houston fan, you have to realize you're not out of this yet. If Houston beats Philly and New York next week, and London beats Philly, Houston gets into the overall playoffs.
Is that good news? Is that your idea of good news?
You gotta beat New York. Don't worry about it.
You have to beat New York and Philly, and then Philly has to lose to London. It's a tough route back into the playoffs, isn't it?
There is a chance.
There is a chance. Yes, Jim Carrey would be proud. Guys, let's take a look at our maps here from the second half. Let's go into Oasis. This was our control map, and this is where we started to see some signs of life.
Yeah, this is really fun. We finally got to see the McCree battle against the Pharas, and you know that Linkser and Soon are very competent on these heroes, so you know that this map is going to deliver, but it always comes down to these combo ultimates and the Pharah wars. We've learned it in stage 1. The Pharah that ults first will always lose. That's what happened.
It did. And then Agility's got the better end of Jake multiple times at the beginning of this one. Then somehow the Outlaws claw their way back into that first fight and end up ticking up a huge amount of time on the clock. And then in the final moments, all chaos ensues. All hell broke loose. It was madness. Custer coming back on the Soldier. Muma goes and chases him. LA Valiant back in the fight. They clean it up. That was a winnable map for the Houston Outlaws. They also could have won Blizzard World. It could have been a different series here. But LA Valiant just pulled through, grind out the crucial fights.
And now we see Houston making the swap over to Arhan, bringing him back into the action here. But the Outlaws simply 0-4'd by the Valiant today. Guys, what was the difference between these two teams?
So I think the big one for me, and you saw it throughout the entire game, is that the Houston Outlaws are not recognizing the moments that the LA Valiant is making a mistake. When a specific member is caught out of position without help from the team, Houston is not quick enough to punish. Houston is not utilizing the timing in which they take the fight. That is the position in the map at which you take the fight to their advantage, and not using these tools to your best ability is not going to cut it when Valiant is a team that legitimately just is thinking only about New York.
Josh, what did you learn here in this match?
That Soon and Agilities are still performing at a high level. I think that the LA Valiant, very consistent base. They don't have so many star kind of playmaker people within their DPS and within their tank line. But when Soon and Agilities are playing at this level, they look like a potential world-beating team. It's difficult to ever use that word.
I think that's
New York.
true because Fate, Space, Kareem, and Cuss are so damn good and consistent that it's only up to the DPS to just keep up to the level of consistency.
And that's quite a lot of
proving,
right?
That's
quite a lot of pressure at times, right? Because if they have a bad game, it can mean that the LA Valiant end up looking a bit mediocre rather than looking really excellent. But so far, it's working really well for them. So now they can take a little rest. They've already got it into the semifinals, although they do have stage 4 playoffs.
One man that was looking excellent tonight is our player of the match, sponsored by Omen by HP. You know him. It's not a Boo. It's a Soon! Well, there we go, Blizzard Arena. I love it. Let's take a look at some of these shots.
These are beautiful shots.
Tyre's taken out. Jake's taken out. Bonnie's eliminated. Widow's massacred.
The audacity to even challenge Soon, a pocketed Soon by Widowmaker. I don't know what was going through his head. but Soon had an amazing game. We even got some tweets that Hex was really requesting some photoshops going, but Soon's progression as a Widowmaker has been the star of the show. By focusing on a very select amount of heroes, he's able to have these amazing performances. And guess what? He's already even shown some versatility. He busted out Zarya the first time we've ever seen it today.
Yeah, and Soon, I think, is the kind of guy where you have to give him a hero and give him time to really grind it out. Because when he first went over to the Widowmaker, he didn't look like the best in the world, but now he's really at a level where he can take it to these top-level Widows like, for example, Linksa.
Absolutely, and after a week of ups and downs, guys, map 5s and reverse sweeps, we've got to update everyone on our standings, right? You see the 4-0 coming in from the Valiant. They have officially locked up their spot in the playoffs for Stage 4. 8-0, a +15 record. Ridiculous stuff. Even if they lose both of their matches next week, they're playing in Stage 4. We know they're guaranteed top 4 in the big season standings as well. But still, a lot of spots up for grabs here. 3 teams with 5 wins.
I really want to see Dallas actually make it into the Stage 4 standings because it'd be hilarious to see how they stack up against New York, Valiant, and these other teams that are going to the season playoffs. So we get to really judge where Dallas is at.
Josh, as we go over to the overall standings, we see with Valiant's win and Houston's loss, Boston actually benefits the most tonight. They lock up a spot in the overall playoffs. Mistakes and the boys saying thank you on Twitter already. Now, Valiant, of course, lock up the Pacific Division. We already touched on that. Houston not technically eliminated, but they're really going to need some luck coming in to the final week. Next week, the key matches to keep your eyes on, and Houston has to cause the upset over the Fusion. The Gladiators can improve their standings with their match over Seoul, and of course, Philadelphia Fusion will have to play against the Spitfire on Saturday. That one could decide whether the Fusion will be going to the playoffs or not. Overall thoughts on the day, guys, here. Overall thoughts on the week. This is one of the best weeks we've seen in the Overwatch
It's one of the best weeks for California and Los Angeles. These teams have just been killing it this week, and I expect it to continue even further because it's only uphill from here.
Yeah, when you finally see the elimination matches, the pressure really mounting, that's when you get the best games. When everything's on the line, when it's your entire season in those final moments, that's when you get the beautiful stuff. Or, unfortunately, you get the downfall. Like, at the moment, it might look like for the Outlaws.
And final question for you guys, for anyone at home who missed out on any of the earlier matches in Week 4, what is the match they need to go to overwatchleague.com and go watch right now?
Whoa, it might be one of the LA Gladiators reverse sweeps. They were pretty nuts. Or it could actually be the San Francisco Shock against Philly that we saw last night. That was excellent.
Or Valiant against New York, or you were mentioning the both Gladiators sweeps, because all LA games were pretty entertaining.
Valiant ones were pretty solid, guys. This is Sideshow. This is Crumbs. They're done for the night, and so am I. But if you're still with us, make sure you switch over to the Command Center for a Q&A with Raucus from the Houston Outlaws. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you next week starting on Wednesday.